Y'all know we do. Always pushing help well, better understand the self, man. Y'all know we gonna get to it tonight. We on a little late, but it's all good. Salute, salute, man. Yeah, I'm gonna open up the chats tonight. We're gonna speak to the people. Y'all know I got the petition up, man. If you ain't signed the petition to keep Paul Birdsong from representing Black Panther, trying to stand on business about that. But let me get everybody in the chat, man. Yeah, it's been big news about the Black Panther Party, man. Everybody been talking about it. Priscilla, Jersey City in the building, man. You know, we coast to coast tonight. Jersey City always standing on business. I appreciate you, Priscilla. But yeah, man, we gonna the Black Panther Party been heavy. I appreciate you too for signing that petition, Priscilla. You always be standing on business with us. But yeah, y'all, we no more cosplaying. Stop cosplaying us. This delineation just exposing so many cosplayers, man. AZ in the building. For real, Rose is in the building. We coast to coast. I told y'all we coast to coast, man. Shout out to you. Rose 351. But yeah, y'all, we everybody been standing on the code, and I like that it's unified. We're gonna have to get Paul's Birdsong to just you need to step down, you need to stop using that. And people been really pissed about it. So we definitely standing on the business. We'll go over some FBA topics, man, see what they gotta say. AZ. Miss Mimi. Mimi, my bad, I got you. Miss Mimi, for real. Maryland in the house, for real. Shout out to Maryland, man. Shout out to Maryland. Yeah, y'all. So yeah, you know the Black Panther Party was in 48 states. So every state they had chapters everywhere. So it's crazy that this it hit me today that the Black Panther parties had those clinics for us, man. And we got this new dude talking about we need to arm ourselves. But we're gonna get into the business today. But we definitely need Philly. I can't wait to Ameswell come in the building. Shout out to J Money, man, Austin, Texas. The South. We got the South coming in. What's up with all these imposters? I'm telling you, these imposters are getting out of hand, y'all. We gotta get them up out of here. Levon, what's good, family? Yeah, we here, man. We gotta drop some dimes on these tethers tonight. Excellent. But I appreciate everybody who signed that petition, man. Chicago, man. Shout out to Marcus Jones. Chicago. Chi-Town. He ain't a Black Panther. He is a tether. I'm from Philly. Philly dude ain't. That's what I'm saying. I could tell, man. Y'all gonna have to definitely get him. We need Philly to step up, man, for real. To be like, look, homie, you gonna have to stop this. You gonna have to stop this, fam. But I was seeing he said it was some dude from Philly. I don't know. I want y'all to bring me up to speed with it. It was some dude in Philly who they said had his shirt off on the screen and he had to answer to him. So I know it is some dudes in Philly that's getting a little wild by him using our ancestors' legacy. Okay, the original Black Panther said they ain't with that. That's all we need to. That's all we need. For real, for real. But it's good to see all the FBA standing on one accord, man. That's the best thing, though. But like you said, I don't think he gonna step down to anything because I feel like he's getting paid. He ain't doing that for free. I don't see him as a guy that's just doing that. Like he's getting money, man. He's getting paid through some political party. How was he allowed to start the chapter using the Black Panther's name? Bruh, the fact that he's on the same policy as a political party should be alarming to him. Like he's saying the same things that the Democratic Party is saying about that girl. Like we would have never knew, homie. Like we already knew the Black Panther Party was like they had plants in there because we ain't seeing the same work. Like if it would have been real, y'all would have been doing the same thing. They would have been pushing the same thing. So they had to disrupt it and destroy the party and not make it look like it ain't destroyed. So Philly had Rizzo as a move moment and good. Mm-hmm. Never trust these fools. Yeah, we can't trust him at all. But how did he get in there? It's like that's what everybody want to know. Like, how did he get in there? But I'm glad a lot of people been covering it. A lot of people been covered. I'm gonna show y'all some of the latest stuff they got. Greetings, Moon Skate. Salute, family. We don't like this. We don't like what's going on with the Panthers, man. Salute. Man, they cosplaying us so bad. I'm finna get into some. The same Black Lives Matter, the Black Lives Matter stunt. Which, now, as y'all see, right? I'm finna explain y'all like he be having these little interactions with the law, and that's all cap. He be having somebody recording. I'm finna show y'all. He be having somebody recording, and this is all for social media. It's like all of that is for presence. Y'all notice they're sending each group out. First BLM, yep, now the Hampton. Right. So we know Black Lives Matter ain't right. Then they send the Black Panther Party. Bro, everything that's for black people, it's a scam on us right now. Like we know that right now. The Black Caucus, anything that they got and they got black on it and we think it's for us, they scam it. It's nothing to do with us. It's Tethers in there and they ain't even from the lineage. That's the truth. Like every organization they got out here. For real, for real.
To take the place of the Choctaw, Chickasaw, and Cherokee tribes. See what I'm saying? Some of you people did do something kind of crazy, but I don't think.
You see how he using our talking points. He talking about the Choctaw, the Indian, the Cherokee. He's speaking our ancestors. But he got, I think, Venezuelan. It's like, yeah, FBA scams, bro. That's all of them, bro. I don't care what it is. If it's black and it got some ties to the government, the state is scamming us. Everything. Man, dude, you've been warned. The fake Black Panther, you better go back to where they. Yeah. Listen to what he's saying though. He using y'all listen. He's using our lineage. Listen
take the place of the Choctaw, Chickasaw, and Cherokee. To take the place of the Choctaw, Chickasaw, and Cherokee tribes. See what I'm saying? Some of you people did do something kind of crazy, but I don't think they had any choice really because they were indentured servants. So they couldn't really say no. They were eating potatoes and they came over here on boats to get with a promise they was going to get work and they was going to get land. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what he's saying to him is people look like you, hired people look like him, with that badge to catch other people look like him. That's what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the truth. It's irrefutable. It's historical fact.
See, but you see how they recording? Somebody right behind them recording. It's like this is all for the internet, bro. This is embarrassing to us. You feel me? He brought up the Choctaw, the Cherokee. He brought up our lineage, the people there. This is clown behavior, bro. This is clown behavior, bro. You supposed to be setting up them clinics. Where our clinics at, bro? Them boys had clinics, man. Fred Hampton, them, man, they put clinics in the hood, bro. Like, what is he doing? You out here with guns around the police. Like, bro, we need to petition to the DOJ to stop this foolishness. The police is with it because he be staging these little stunts with the police. The police is down with this. They already been contacted, letting them know it's good. We're gonna have guns around there. This is performative. We're gonna record. It's like, bruh, clown behavior. Yeah, definitely a clown, man. This the stuff we gotta like check. Some people like, don't pay them no attention. Don't pay them no attention. Nah, we gotta pay people attention and we gotta cancel them because they're using us. They're using our lineage, our people, and no, he got to get up out that stuff. Bro, we supposed to make them get up out that gear, bro. We supposed to walk up 200-300 deep. Y'all got to take this off. We not doing this. We don't represent this. We not for this. Salute, brother Reef. Speaking of tribes, the Native Americans are now all over the internet stating they are getting detained and they want to partner with Mexico, who are their indigenous cousins of the land. Wow. Who is the governor running for president? If he is Shapiro, man, oh my gosh. Yeah. We need our own name. Since black is wrong, anybody can grab. They've been telling us for years it was wrong, but we persisted and made it cool. My skin is brown. Who are we? We need our own name. Yeah, we got a brother that, you know what I'm saying, got us a delineation name. That's why we delineating. I am going to call his office Governor Shapiro. Yeah. But the petition is out. These guys claim that they doing the same thing. Y'all know if anybody would have showed up. And what I don't like what he doing though, he's talking about Black Panthers wanted to help everybody. I mean, or like they was no, bro. People wanted to help the movement. He already had their movement, and all the cultures was down. They had the White Panther Party. You had Chinese. You know what I'm saying? You had the people in Africa. They wanted to do the same 10-point. They making it seem like they just went out preaching for other cultures. No, they was for us. They was for our protection. Everything that they did was for us specifically. And he got this same narrative, this democratic narrative where they trying to collect everybody in and they want us to just save everybody. He is definitely COINTELPRO. Yeah, man. But I mean, everybody more exposed to it. But yeah, man, they don't be there when we need them though. They don't be standing on business. But this the article they got. Oh, let me show y'all this. This is proof though. This is proof that they do it. Check this article out. So we know it's not a game. Last week, a group of armed men and one woman wearing body armor and carrying that looked like an AR-15 appeared at the Black Lives Matter protest in Georgia. Some of the group, who were clad in black, wore berets with a supposed imagery of the Black Panther movement, while a single white guy among them wearing the same uniform stood out. I just want everyone that's here to know that we are the new Black Panther, said the lone woman in the group through a megaphone at one of the pastors at the protest in Decatur. We're here as a visual representation of equality, she continued. You have a right to bear arms. You do not need a license to carry a rifle. You need a license for a handgun. When we represent our rights, people see, they understand. It seems like they like marketing for the gun association or something. Days after the group mysteriously reappeared carrying weapons at the Atlanta BLM march, except now it claimed to be a new group, the Black Panther Revolutionaries Atlanta chapter. In Facebook posts on Tuesday, the actual leader of the new Black Panther Party, Hashim Nazinga, denounced the fake Black Panthers as most likely FBI-led group and clarified that his organization under no circumstances has white members. The new Black Panther Party has been condemned by the original Panthers, and the Southern Poverty Law Center has listed them as a hate group. Images of video of the group went viral on Twitter and were picked up by tabloids in a viral thread. Twitter users suggest that these people were actors, and some convincing evidence, including that the patches the group used weren't Black Panthers, but from the 66th Infantry Division. So this is proof. This is proof these people doing it. Salute, Feeler Speaks, bro. Salute, fam. Check this out. Let me keep going. So it says at least two of these people are Atlanta-based film television actor. Vice has confirmed. The two explain why they were at the protest and why they wore what they wore. Both said they are not actually affiliated with the official Black Panther movement, but like almost everyone at the protest, they care deeply about Black Lives Matter movement and the fight for racial justice for the police killing of George Floyd. So the one white man in the group, Michael Pirno Miller, whose IMDb credits includes roles in shorts and appearance as an uncredited extra in Avengers. This guy's an actor. In-game published an Instagram story promoting the Black Panther Revolution, but when asked what the group was exactly, he made his profile private and told Vice it was all a misunderstanding. No affiliation with original Black Panthers or the new Black Panthers, he said in an Instagram message to Vice. I joined my brothers day one of the protest and gladly took and wore what was handed to me. He added, though he didn't say who handed the outfits to him. Perino Miller didn't appear to have carried a weapon in any of those photos, made it clear that nobody was paid to wear Black Panther outfits or attend any of the protests. Oh, he probably lying though. He did apologize though. It says until recently on his Instagram account, Spike had posted videos and pictures of himself with Reno Miller and others from the Decatur and Atlanta protests. Both those images have been deleted. He then issued a mea culpa from his account, citing his long-standing activism in Black communities dating to the murder of Trayvon Martin in 2012, and said he is not a Black Panther. And this when he apologized. I apologize to the new Black Panther Party, the OGs, for using the Black Panther imagery. And to my people who going about it the wrong way, he said in the caption to an Instagram post, we wanted to uphold the ideals and views as the OGs, so we threw in Black Panther. Bottom line, we love our Black people. We want to protect our Black people. So this is proof that they got paid actors up there, bro. Crisis actors. You feel me? They say they sorry. I'm sorry, but that's the same thing what that dude is. Paul Birdsong. I can tell he's been groomed for acting. Don't nobody come out the hood, bro, and be talking like that. Like we here with Bobby Bobby Seale and Huey P. Newton. This guy is too media trained. He's trained too much for media. And that's how I feel about Lucas. Unamazing Lucas. It's like these guys are trained for media. So this is them plants all got the same. It's like they're identical, bro. It's like they got the same grooming. Crisis actor, indeed. Get your own name for real, man. Yeah, now it's getting real. We finna put that pressure on them. A lot of them gonna get out of it because they're gonna be like, bro, it ain't worth it. You upsetting people, bro. People upset. And the only thing we see him doing is standing in front of police with guns. It's like you trying to incite a race riot, bro. But we got proof that it is actors that's dressing up as Black Panther. So that's all we need to know. That's all we need to know. So we know he doing it. If there's money behind it, and you the chair, oh no. Yeah, you with it. You with it. But yeah, it's messed up, man. But it's good. It's good that we doing this delineation because it's exposing a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. And you are representing us, and that's not what we stand for. For real. Salute, DJ. Appreciate you tapping in, man. For real. Y'all know how we do. But yeah, man, it's actors in the Black Panther Party, bro. Racehead in the building. What's good, family? Yeah, man, but I think we doing the right thing, but that's what this delineation doing. They want us outside so bad. Shout out to you, yeah. Yeah, kill. Yeah, they want us outside. Just like in the Vietnam War, they wanted all our black men to go to war. And Muhammad Ali was talking about no war. It's like they want us to be the front line. Everything they got going on, they want us to be the front line. We not fighting nobody wars no more. We not, we ain't taking no fades for other people no more, bro. We not doing that. Y'all gotta fight y'all own fights now. We getting robbed. Like we're literally getting, we in the process of like finding out that we've been getting robbed. So it's like we being exposed to that. Dang. Salute, man. Fun jury. See, I was the first one on that saying that these people were kind of fake. Yeah, man, I was going on my run with this cancel stuff, man. I done said all of it. Salute, man, for you catching that, though. I appreciate that. Yeah, he been real quiet. Long as they take that stuff off, man. Everybody that I speak to that's from Philly, they don't know of these guys. Everybody they saying people from Philly never heard of them, bro. Yeah, bro, they always get us to fight wars. That's what they think we are for. Like we to fight their fight. Like we not for that, bro. Corey in the building. Salute, fam. But they don't want to mind their business. But y'all ain't missed nothing. We just exposing that it has been Black Panther actors in the past, paid ops. So we don't want nobody playing with us. Like we already know what he on. He's a tether agent. Yeah, jailbird agent. That's what they do. I told y'all. That's the first people they get, bro. They get people out of jail. If you done been to jail before, you did something. That's how they got William O'Neal. Everybody they get from us, y'all, come out of that pipeline. Or they groom people, you know what I mean? But most of the people that they get to be a head of an organization, you already bit the cheese and they just using you. It's sad though, man. But this is where the original snitch came from. This is where it really came from. It didn't come from like the streets it wasn't really the streets back then. It was the Black Panther Party. That was the streets. Like that's what the dudes in the streets was doing. They was doing like work, like community work. And they seen how this was going on. They're like, oh, we got to stop this. We can't let this be the new trend. Can you imagine if all our street dudes, all our goons, everybody who banging right now, if you can imagine them all on community work, standing on business, that's where we would have been at. But then we had the war on drugs. Thank you, FBA Queen. Bro, that would have been the thing to do. Fred Hampton, Huey P. Newt, how them boys was young. That would have been the thing to do for every black man coming in the hood. And now you see that that's not the thing no more, but it's getting to that point now. Now we at the point where that's gonna be what's cool again. You feel me? Like setting up your community, doing things. I was in the hospital today, and what was crazy to me was I had to talk to a doctor that was from, because my dad's in the hospital. I had to talk to a doctor that was from damn India. It was a scene. And when I'm trying to ask him about, hey, do you think this kind of therapy would be different? I know you're a doctor, but I want to get your take on something that got nothing to do with the hospital. And he just shrugged it off. Like it made me feel like he don't really care. And that's what made me think about the Black Panthers. It's like that's why they had our clinics and our stuff there, bro. Cause it's like it's hard to trust somebody that, you know what I'm saying? That ain't even from around here. And you got to get the information. So he lately been under a microscope. I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, man. But it made me understand that, like, dang, that's why they did all of that. It makes sense now. It makes sense. Yeah, bro. We got other races of not even our race caring for us, bro, or giving us information. So I was thinking, I'm like, man, Yahweh Awakening, somebody that I be following, he got a clinic and he got something, it's called a hyperbaric chamber. And that's a therapy I'm finna put for my dad, but it was like, we need this kind of information in our communities, like, because it's a lot of Black people that's the ones that's, not knowing about the innovations in health. But that's something that makes me definitely want to put that together for us. Salute, Ms. Meany. I appreciate that. But yeah, and it's why the cost plan is it's important to me, because it's like I'm going through it and seeing it, and I'm like, I know our ancestors didn't want this for us, you know. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. But yeah, man, we got Yahweh Awakening is one that's really he got a clinic up there in St. Louis. So, and that's somebody that comes from the culture. So it's like me listening, I can take information from him. It's hard for me to listen. I want to be able to hear from my own people, because I feel like I know you're gonna have my best interest. I know everybody gonna feel like that. And it ain't no shade to no other. For real, he put cosplaying our history is blatant disrespect. Stand up, continue to call it out. For real, man, that's all I'm on. It's like I'm passionate about it, bro. It's like it really means something to me that my ancestors did some things for me and it got infiltrated and took down. It's furious, bro. It get me upset for real, bro. It really be getting me upset, but introvert. Salute, family. That's family right there, man. Real. For real. It should be against the law. It's disrespectful to my ancestors and it's dangerous to my community. For real. It's dangerous, but we see why they put up them clinics, and we got to get back to that, y'all. It's important. We got to care how they treating our people in the hospital, bro. It's like we got to make sure we at the hospital all the time, because of the care that they get our people is so very, it's like they don't care. You know what I'm saying? So we got to come together and make sure that our people got the right care, for real. And that's what the Black Panther Party was. That was one of their missions. They had them clinics. So salute, fam. I'm gonna put something together, man, of fun, and make sure we got we gotta do something that got to do with health. Y'all know I'm always pushing health, wealth, better understanding the self. So it's like I gotta put something together, man, for us, for our health, for our people, bro. Cause it's important, man. It's important. Inciting danger towards our families. Yeah. Tethers is cold, man. Tethers is cold, but we got the wave right now, but we seeing what our ancestors do. Oh man, appreciate it, bro. For real. Pull up a Grandmaster J for the family. Pull up Grandmaster J. Okay, let me pull him up. Got you, Raise Head. Grandmaster J. Was he I know he got arrested or something, man. Oh, I get what you saying. So you saying that Grandmaster J them had guns and they tore down the whole clique. I understand what you're saying. Let me pull that up. The not fucking around guys. Yeah. So what you saying, Race Head, is how the heck did the NFAC, they didn't get, they got they whole, they got federal charges. I'm finna pull that up, man. You hit one on the head. But I want to see a good summary real quick. Let me pull this up though. Another fed up. Yeah, y'all, let me my bad. Let me pull this up real quick. Shout out to Race Head though for that, bro, because that makes sense now. Now I'm starting to understand that if it was real people out there, they would have definitely arrested them people. Most definitely, like they wouldn't have let you be out there with guns and stuff like that. I'm gonna hear brother. He did it. He should be out. He should be coming home soon, though, huh? No, I ain't got my volume shot.
Well, if you remember Grandmaster J from the NFAC, and you remember he ended up getting arrested, by the feds, and he had his trial, and now he has finally been sentenced to 7 years in prison. His name is John Johnson. That is his government name, but he was convicted of wanton endangerment for pointing an assault rifle at law enforcement officials on the roof. Now, his legal team says they already filed an appeal, in the case. Now, they say a Louisville, Kentucky judge sentenced, Grandmaster J to 7 years and 2 months in prison. They allege that he pointed the rifle at Louisville Metro police officers during a rally, by the NFAC. Now, Grandmaster J denies the allegation, stating that he said there was a threat, by teenagers on the roof. So that's what, ended up happening with Grandmaster J. Now, I knew, when I first saw the NFAC come out, I was like, oh, okay, who are these brothers? How they come out, because this country is always going to try to neutralize any kind of militia, even the white ones, because yes, they do neutralize militias that are white because they view them as anti-government groups. People say, well, why black people can't practice their Second Amendment rights? You can, whatever, you can protect your home and things like that. But when you out here toting guns like that, you're going to get on the radar. Just bottom line. Why you think the Nation of Islam never really carry guns like that? They say that, they only supposed to not even carry a penknife, the FOI, right? Because they know if all of them in the Nation of Islam was to start carrying like that, they would have been in trouble too. They know that you have to be wise as a serpent. You have to when you're dealing with this white supremacist system. And I never heard nothing happening to the FOI brothers when they out there doing what they're doing.
Just like we saying, we ain't seeing nothing that happened to them Black Panther brothers. Man, a lot of them Black Panthers, bro, they was going to jail. They was locking them brothers up back in the 60s. And they had to close it down. I think it was like 82. But productive programming. Shout out to Corey. What y'all talking about the false story? I missed that in the chat, man. I'm gonna have to open up the chat though for real. But yeah, they're not the NFAC. He should be coming home though. He got 3 years. He probably got a couple more to do. He'll be home. Got a couple more years to do. He'll be home. But salute, man. But it's a lot of cosplaying going on. Every organization that we got, y'all, it's already infiltrated. Just like how we feel how the Black Panther Party is. Anything, I'm not gonna say everything because I didn't research, but we have had nothing done that was impactful. And if anything would have been for us, it would have been impactful. Because our people do impactful stuff. So it's like that lets me know that it's under control. Salute, man. TYB in the building, man. He's sitting off the shore on vacation. We ain't the GOP in power. Yeah, man. But that's what I'm saying. We haven't seen nothing like the Black Panther Party. What else? Just like I showed y'all with that dude. I'm gonna pull that up. They trying to call FBA some. They trying to call FBA some CIA. Like, come on, bro. Do y'all know how this works? But it's like they're trying to delete. It used to be so much Dark Heart Perry interview. Now it's like they trying to it's be like 50 of them out. Like, what y'all trying to stop them?
Writers Workshop, which was one of the.
You also were active in the infiltration of many cultural groups.
This is it right here.
But I'm not even gonna go off into that psychological hoo-ha. What I'm gonna say is, when you become just as bad as the people that you go after, then there's nothing gained and a whole lot lost.
Everything political.
You also were active in the infiltration of many cultural groups. Before we go into that step by step, how much research and study did the FBI engage in of Black culture in the late 60s?
A great amount.
Give me an idea.
From the thing is, I can. They have a file on every type of magazine that Blacks read. They have a file on the music, dance, theater, actors, comedians, you name it, man.
And they would actually study these different.
Yes. Oh yes, definitely.
What would they do with music?
To understand the people, you have to understand the culture. To infiltrate, you have to understand. You had a lot of so-called white liberals that were infiltrating the so-called Black groups using the information that they had gathered from the studies of Blacks.
Now I'm gonna play that again. Did y'all hear what the man just said? Bro, did you hear what the man just said? Like, literally, he just explained. Let me pull it back. Let's go watch this.
You have to understand. You had a lot of so-called white liberals that were infiltrating the so-called Black groups using the information that they had gathered from the studies of Blacks.
Did y'all hear what he said? This is coming out of a real informant, somebody who was really with them people and that was doing it. So I ain't just saying this and making this up. People be seeing what I be saying on my channel. I'm going out for our historian, Steve Coakley, Stephen Darby, you know, like Claude Anderson. I'm on what them real people were saying. The Black Panther Party, Bobby Seale, Huey P. Newton. Like, we ain't just making nothing up, bro. This is really happening. They already got the research. They putting people in position. This is the proof, bro. This was in the 60s. I'm playing a video from the 68, bro. So when I tell you and I put on there Democratic Panthers, I ain't just saying that, bro. All of this stuff, when I'm saying like why are you just picking out the Democratic Party, bro? It's in the research. If you really do research on our culture and how it got taken down, because I'm into that. I'm into what what the stuff that my people created, because I know my people is creative. I'm interested to know, like, how did it get taken down? Why do we still got the Republican Party up running and we got the Democratic Party up and running, but our Black Panther Party ain't running how they had it running? It's a reason for that. So it's not like every corporation does it well. They study FBA. For real. They study us, bro. So it's like, I ain't for it, bro. This was in the 60s. Bro, they created the Black Caucus behind this. A lot of people are in organizations and they so brainwashed. It's not that they even are sellouts. They just are so caught up that we don't have our real soldiers with street sense putting the game in their ears, that they so caught up into all of these groups, bro, that they don't understand that all of them are already infiltrated. You know, like it's people gonna look at me crazy for, like, if I'm saying, like, bro, all of our Black organizations is run by the system. We don't have no control over them. They'll be like, bro, you crazy, bro. The NAACP do this organization do this. And I'm like, bro, I ain't talking about them little turkeys they passing out on Thanksgiving, bro. Our people did, like, real tangible stuff that we need right now that we don't even have. But I grew up in the late 60s with the Black Panthers in the communities, and it was the best time of my life. Man, bro, I watch and study all times, and it was like, everybody was real, bro. It was like everybody seemed like they cared about each other, like, and they was with the smoke. You know what I mean? It was like, yeah, I love that era, bro. These dudes did life in prison, standing on real business. You know what I mean? Like, they was willing to go to jail for life behind their people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dang. Respect. Just, I can't, ultimate respect, man. Blessings, bro. Yeah, man. Blessings to you, man. Unicorn Squad. For real. Sharing is caring. We're going to get to that. It's going to get back to that. Rio put, yeah, they use FBAs to infiltrate other FBA. You got to ask them, man. Of course they use FBAs, because then they use FBAs to infiltrate FBAs, because y'all wasn't around back then. Y'all couldn't have got into our circles. But how they use the Tethers is they're putting y'all into organizations that's for Black people. So now it's a Jamaican over the Black Caucus, and they gonna control them that way. not putting the FBA in chair. B1 Business, what's good, fam? Man, I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it, man. I'm glad y'all seeing the, seeing the the content I be putting out, man. Hope all is well. Yes, most definitely. Now, I was playing this dude, and he explained how the white liberals, let me, a lot of y'all coming in. Let me just I want to get y'all opinion. I'm gonna open up the chat. But check out what he said. This is very important. Check this out.
The music,
Music?
dance, theater, actors, comedians, you name it, man.
And they would actually study these different...
Yes. Oh, yes, definitely.
What would they do with music?
To understand the people, you have to understand the culture. To infiltrate, you have to understand. You had a lot of so-called white liberals that were infiltrating the so-called black groups using the information that they had gathered from the studies of blacks.
They've been infiltrating us since the 60s, bro. They've been infiltrating us since the 60s, and we have not had nobody to stand on business and say, look, all of y'all is plants, get out the group. We don't want nobody. We starting over. Everything is fixed. We don't want nobody telling us they for black people no more unless it's coming through FBA. Because we don't trust you. This is the proof. We know that this is going on. We can't act crazy no more. We got to be like, look, if you in any of our organizations, you need to resign. You got to resign. Everybody has to leave the organization, bro. That's the only way we're going to be able to have something for us, bro. Other than that, everything is infiltrated, or we're going to have to start it different. But the problem is they already got the connections. So our organizations, they already connected to it with the government. They already playing us. So it's like somebody walking around with your name, your face, and everything with the driver's license and the ID. And you know what I'm saying? They're using the same social security number. It's like, nah, we got to be able to get them up out of there. But we got to form a new organization. And we got to form it. It's like, bro, we got to do it because we can't. The longer we don't step out here and let people know that they're the fake group, it's like people are just going to think whatever they see is real. You know what I mean? Yeah. Human behavior studies is an insult. Exposure is the phase. Yeah. It's just, me, man, I'm just talking it right now, bro. Like, but it's coming right. It's coming from, you know what I'm saying? I'm not scripted. I ain't writing this down. This is coming from, you feel me? The Most High. From the ancestors themselves. Most High, this is just what it is. All of the organizations is they're not right. They're not right, bro. So we got to keep exposing them, but I don't like people using our name, image, and likeness at all, bro. Especially with organizations and talking about black people. I don't like that. I don't want that. I don't like that. Like, you got to be certified. Yeah. Shout out to LA, man. The established payroll, man. The established organizations are already compromised. We have to come from the grassroots. Yeah. I'm with you. Definitely got to come from the grassroots, but this is just like dating. People study you. Corey, I don't think four-wallism is the way to go, nor is formal organization. Yeah. And this was good to hear different people's perspectives, bro, because it's very important. Hearing perspectives is everything. Everything that's bureaucratically organized can be infiltrated. Yeah, that's how they did it back then. You're right. We got to find a way to build something to where it can't be infiltrated. Like it's infiltrated proof. It's like and the minute we see something shady, yeah, sound the alarm, bro. I'm with you, LA. Yeah, we need our own hospitals, bro. And it's crazy because I mean, I've seen some videos of our women in the hospital, how they treating them, and bro, it ain't till it hit home to me, till I had to really experience it and go through it and speak to somebody from a whole nother piece of land about what's the best thing to do. It made me think like, yeah, man, this is why them Panthers did that. This is why they was on there. But people have to know there is a serious price to pay for treason. Yeah, bro, it's a lot of doctors that got charged for giving black patients, telling black patients that they got cancer and they don't even have it because they're getting commissioned by these pharmaceutical companies, bro. So, it's been doctors went to prison for just falsely giving people, diagnosis where it fat in their pockets. Did Patty really open a hospital? It was an AI story. I ain't catch the AI story y'all talking about, though. Oh, he talking about did Patty? Okay, it was AI generated, but it was attached to her IG page. So I thought people it was real. Dang, so y'all see how they doing it? They're putting AI stories of people like they got black hospitals in the hood and they really don't. That's what y'all saying in the chat. Man, let me open up the chat. Y'all come in. Let's get it popping. I want to hear what y'all got to say, bro, because this seems real. And that's what we do, man. If y'all new on the channel, man, make sure y'all subscribe, hit that like button, bro. We talk about real things, real action steps, and real things how we need to be formulating for the lineage. Poor hackers, brothers and sisters, we're the only ones indigenous to the United States of America. Of course, I believe that. I believe that. That's why they trying to say they trying to attach the African on us. You know, it's to definitely not make us feel like we from America. How many people are raised is way more important than anything else. Mm. Yeah, so we got to be careful with that AI stuff because they putting stuff on there making you think, somebody did this, somebody did that. Indigenous American Indians. I like that. I want to unite nigga. That's how goddamn Lucas was sounding. He sound like he African, bro, when he be like, oh my goodness. You know how them Africans be talking. And also, that's why they keep you classifying. We gotta watch out for that AI, man. Sister have by far the highest infant and maternal childbirth mortality rate of all other groups. Yeah, man. We gotta be on it, bro, because I know my families are here in America. I have records. I mean, I was just asking my grandmas and people and just asking them like, hey, um, do you I got you right now. I'm like, lineage, what did your grandma call herself? My grandma was like, yeah, it was Cherokee Indian. You know, both of my grandmas, bro. My grandpa, like, they don't know nothing about Africa, bro. When you ask grandparents, and people be saying the same thing, because my homie asked his grandparents. Everybody in my neighborhood, like, their grandparents don't know nothing about, the grandma from their great grandma. Like, they don't know nothing about Africa. They saying that they were from here. They using the word Indian. So I'm like, I can't force Africa on my family and families that don't know nothing. Older people that saying that they was born in the 1800s and they know nothing about it. We got Corey in the building. What's good, family?
What's going on, Pimpin? How you feeling?
Good, man. Another day, man. Another day, bro.
Yes, sir. And that's what I was saying. Like, when you look at somebody like yourself, it's very obvious that you're not African, bro. Like, you'll go to Africa and they'll be looking at you like, where is this guy from? You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no, but I wanted to talk about the whole, like, we need to set up a new organization. Organizations are set up to be destroyed, particularly when it comes to our community. I think the days of like having an organization with a building and leadership and all that, when you look at, because you got to compare, right? Compare, contrast the successful movements and groups. Now, you can feel however you want to feel about Ashkenazi Jews, but they are reared from a young age to think a certain way, right? To believe a certain way, to operate a certain way. And that's why they're called the tribe, right? Because they move a certain way, right? They move in a manner that's beneficial to them and their group at everybody else's expense. As much complaining as people of different ethnic groups and demographics do about Jews or whatever, they still got their shit going on because they work together, right? They work together to operate, and yeah, it is an indoctrination to a certain extent, but it's ultimately beneficial to them. So the point that I was making, like, even when you look at Al Qaeda or these other militant groups, right? These Islamist groups or these Jewish, like the Likud and some of these other right-wing terrorist organizations, basically, that created Israel, they were able to do what they did not because they were formally structured and organized, but they were dispersed in cells, right? Like with Osama bin Laden or Saddam Hussein, these other groups, these people, like, they have it organized so that when one person died, well, not Saddam Hussein because he was the head of a state, but who was the dude? Oh, bin Laden.
Yeah, bin Laden.
He's sitting in a cave somewhere. Now he's running a multinational corporation because his family was connected to the Bush family, and they're, through construction out there. So he's running a multinational corporation, and then he's also running a major terrorist organization from a hole somewhere in Turkey. You know what I'm saying? Or in Afghanistan. And look how long it took them to basically shut what he had. Now, obviously, he had buy-in from the different governments around the world and stuff like that. But the point that I'm making is that you have to raise your children to behave and think a certain way. So it starts from childhood. It starts from, when you go out as a man, you meet a certain woman, and then you teach her. Or maybe sometimes, the woman meets the man and she teaches him. And if you're militant, whatever your perspective is, if you're FBA, you have to think and behave in a way that's beneficial to you. And that includes, like, not sending your children to public school. That includes,
definitely.
If you do send your kid to public school, you know what I'm saying? What did you learn today? Outside of math and science, there's nothing that a European can teach my child when it comes to history, when it comes to civics, when it comes to geography, because it's all they're gonna start thinking like a European. You know what I'm saying? Or white American, whatever you want to call it. So we have to catch that early. That has to be caught early. Like, we're dealing with a lot of coonery and issues in our community, general dysfunction. And then with the whole situation with Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb, That's a person. Anton Daniels is a person that thinks he's better than his own people, right? He's somebody who has internalized the European mindset. He's mentally colonized, right? And the problem is, I don't know his upbringing, but I see similarities in other people that I know that are similar to him.
Yep.
It's they have no undergirding in like who they are, who their people are. You know what I'm saying? That's how he could come on. That's how somebody like that could come on a channel or somebody else's platform and say, well, what do you niggas want? You could just tell from the way that he carries himself and the way that he speaks that he doesn't have respect for self, because he doesn't have respect. He wasn't raised and bred to think a certain way about himself or people. He doesn't have an understanding of his history. That's why he could come out and say, yeah, you know, some of the first slave owners in America were black people. But he doesn't add the additional context that those people purchased family members. Spouses purchased each other, immediate family members purchased each other, cousins purchased each other, aunts, uncles, grandmas, grandpa. These things happen because that's how people secured their freedom. Either it was meritorious manumission or you were straight purchased. You know what I'm saying? But he's not going to tell you that there was maybe one or two Black American plantation owners, maybe one or two. There's always going to be an exception to the rule. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have this great group of people that are Black American and ethnic origin who are owning Black people and enslaving them for life, and they were chattel, who had breeding farms. You know what I'm saying? Right. You're not going to find that. So my thing is like, let's get real with history and let's get an understanding of like the basics of life, right? Because when you look at groups of people that are successful, they operate as an individual within their own lives. They have agency. They have control over their lives. They eat healthy, right? They go to bed at a certain time. They conduct business. They do their job. They do whatever they got to do to put themselves in the best position. And then they link up with another person who's of the same mind. And then they have children. And they give their resources that they've built up over time to their children. And they instill a certain mindset. They instill a certain character in their children, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's instead of having, because I don't know if you read the Compensatory Code Concept, which by Neely Fuller. But when you read that book, he talks about, you know, like, because basically what he did is he archived all of the issues that we've had and his opinions on how these things can be addressed, right? When dealing with the system, right? And again, time after time, you'll see everybody's like, well, we need a new organization. We need to do this. We need to do that. Number one, it's not about we, it's about you. How much money do you have in your account, right? Like, unfortunately, we live in a world where money is important, right? Monetary money has currency, fiat currency. It's tied to your agency. It's tied to education. It's tied to experience. It's tied to this. It's tied to that. You need to first be out of you before you do anything else. Like, don't have kids out of wedlock. You know what I'm saying? Do not have children out of wedlock. Don't participate in domestic disputes. Don't participate in certain behaviors that's kind of normal. And then you'll be able to live a certain quality of life to where, okay, now I can do this. Now I can do that. Now I have money. Now I'm able to raise a certain amount of money. Now I can use this money to benefit things and organizations that I think are in line with what I believe. You know what I'm saying? That's how that's your base level right there.
Yeah, but let me interject though too, because like our numbers, I was listening to one of our historians, and it was talking about our numbers is looking real low as far as birth rate compared to other nationalities like the Hispanics, the white. So it's like we got to come together and we got to make up fast, or it's like it's gonna be detrimental for those kids. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I would ask you where you got that information, because you know I'm a ass.
Yeah. No. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm telling you where I feel like I got the information. It wasn't like I'm saying it's true, but I'm saying, how do you feel about? Do you feel like us getting together, making kids is going down? Do you feel like, or that?
I mean, again, like, what's the point of making kids if you're making a bunch of people who's not doing anything to move the group forward? Like, one of the bigger issues is abortion. That's the real issue.
Like, think about it. Right. So think about it. What if all of those abortions, right? Even though you saying like, yo, we got to have kids in the right way, and that's facts. To be able to bring them up, we got to. But would you say would you just put it on abortion? That's pretty much hindering.
I mean, abortion is the number one killer of Black children for sure. Like, that's verifiable. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely say that. But my thing is, like, again, we got to be pragmatic as men, right? We got to have these hard conversations. I know in today's sensitive age, you can't really have certain conversations. But again, like, should hood rats be having more kids? Should
No.
they? You know what I'm saying? Do we want to encourage just people to just have kids? Like, you don't need, because look at it like this. With the movie 300, as fictionalized as that movie is, you had 300 men, you know what I'm saying, who were able to hold a pass, a small passage, a small mountain passage versus an entire army because they had superior positioning. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need all these people to just exist and be like, you don't need that. Like, let's be honest. And then let's be frank. Most of us ain't gonna make it anyway, bro. A lot of us have prison mentalities, whether it's hood rat or it's this nose in the air boule Negro mentality. You know what I'm saying? There's not enough of us who's, well, I'm not gonna say that because I don't know, but from my perspective, there's not enough of us who are just trying to be regular Black American people, FBA people, and have positive communities and have a, because that's what we needed. That's like way more important than trying to fight this person and trying to fight that person. Let's just have a community where it's not dysfunction that's normalized. Let's have a community where the men and women can speak to each other with respect and go back and forth and have a respectful dialogue and understand that, yes, at the end of the day, we value the opinion of our women, but at the end of the day, it's the man that's going to fall on the blade. So it's the man that has to lead. That's where it starts. You know what I'm saying? That's the fundamental, that piece that we're missing in all of this is how people decide to mate, how people decide to operate, what industries people decide to get into, the conversations that people like to have.
And that's crazy. Yep. And I want to interject because the Panthers 10-point system, they didn't speak on that specifically, but that is important. But they didn't have that problem in that time. Do you get what I'm saying?
Didn't have as many tethers, but
they didn't have as many tethers, but we stood on more business. Like, we wasn't degenerate. We didn't have a lot of, crime on each other. We were really, focused on fighting the enemies. You know what I mean?
Well, because I hear that talking point too about but my thing is like the majority, 80 to 90% of crime is intraracial, meaning people that live near each other are going to commit the most crime against each other. So to me, that's not really a talking point. Like, that's like me going to Asia or me going to Japan and saying, well, why is there so much Japanese on Japanese crime? Like, that's not a talking point, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people commit crime based off where they are geographically.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's not a talking point. My thing is, like, we just need more people that are educated who can go out and like combat these like myths. And that's what I had started my own YouTube channel. I've been super busy these past couple of days, but like,
definitely, man. What you
I'll give you more information as it comes along. I only got one video out, but my thing is, like, we have to, like, as a group of people, get serious about learning history and challenging people publicly, because remember back in the day when you had what was that show, Donahue, and you had certain individuals that went up there and they were able to talk and promote their perspectives and things like that and engage in the debate with the audience. We need to bring something like that back because there's too much confusion, right? Like, I just had a whole conversation with somebody in your panel about Patti LaBelle opening up a hospital. And then I just Googled it and I'm like, this is not a true story. This is an AI story. You know what I'm saying? Like, very quickly I realized that, but for whatever reason, the average person is unable to, or maybe people are older, I don't know, but people got to realize, like, we need to learn, like, you have to teach people how to do research, right? You have to teach people how to, this is a true story. This is not a true story. This is the type of shit. So when we talk about organizing, that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. Like, and learning your history, knowing who you are, not being defeated when you walk around. Because a lot of the cooning that we see, a lot of the quote unquote YN behavior, that comes from that comes because you exist in a house where you're not valued. Your mother don't value you, the single mom don't value you. And so you're emulating because you learn from who you're in proximity to as a child, right? And so if you're raised by a single mother with dudes coming in and out, and again, I'm not saying that's everybody. Obviously, it don't apply to everybody.
It don't apply, because I think that YN, it's a marketing, because, bro, it's YNs that be in 2-parent household. You know what I'm saying? In a big, like, we've seen, like, Michael Irvin's son, because I'm from Fort Lauderdale, bro. Michael Irvin's son was a YN, and he had everything, but he was a YN. I'm saying that.
That's what I'm saying. I was gonna speak on that, but go ahead.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, I get it, but I think with that rap music, with success, with, I think it made a lot of young dudes want to be like that too. It's not just,
but
the
again,
Homes ones.
But again, though, like my father, how my father raised me, I was listening to, like, we're from the East Coast, right? So
New York.
We was listening to like Wu-Tang and the Jizza and Nas and all that. And obviously you had a lot of the street stuff in there too, but like the KRS-One, like we came up, and then when we did listen to music from the South, it was like Outkast. You know what I'm saying? It was Scarface, Brad Jordan. It wasn't that ignorant, that shit that really started popping up, the Lollipop and the Laffy Taffy.
Started the early popping up. Yeah, I get what you're saying. That
was
up.
Like, because when because like, remember, I don't know if you remember when like Joel's and Lil Wayne first linked up, right? Yeah. And Lil Wayne was with Dipset all the time in the early 2000s. Like, people were complaining like, oh, this is hood music and this and that. But you go back and listen to that now, they sound like fucking Rhodes Scholars in comparison to the shit we got now.
You're right.
So
you're right.
It's a culture of it's the social media shit, right? It's the ignorant, loud, small minority of people that's on social media. And everybody's running around. You got to be a tough guy in order to get, respect. You got to be super tough. And if you come from a decent home, you got to go extra hard to pretend like you a tough guy. And that's an emotional thing. That's an immaturity thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a major immaturity problem that we have in our community. And unfortunately, a lot of it starts with the men. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so that's how I look at this situation. It's an issue with the manhood, with the masculinity in our community, because as a man, like I can't co-sign why you walking around with an attitude as a you don't got no bills to pay, because I got two sisters.
Right.
They're both in school and they're telling me, they're afraid to go to certain places because the black dudes is looking at them crazy or, just real. And my thing is, but that's like a reflection of the prior generation. That's a reflection of the prior generation. When you look at the Boule class, their behaviors is a reflection of the prior generation, how they behave and how they think that they're better than us and they're better than the average working class black person. That's a reflection of how they were brought up. I'm saying that's a reflection of the men and how because we're the ones that allow this type of behavior. We're the ones that allow degeneracy. I'm saying, I'm not saying that women don't use the state, because women do use the state against men, right? Against black men in particular. Black women have been promoting that whole thing where there's not enough men to date. There's not enough black men to date that's educated. But when you start getting into data and you start getting into history and you start doing the science, as the 5%ers say, then you'll realize, wait, none of this is true. Like, and I think a lot of the times with us, it's a lot of negative content, right? It's too much negative.
It's too much negative.
It's too much. Let's deal with, because really, when you go outside and you step into the world and you smell the air and you look at the trees, and it's not that fucking bad. Number one, you know what I'm saying? Life ain't that fucking bad, bro. We as a group, we have to move away. And I'm not trying to preach or be on the soapbox or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, there's things that we can do as individuals that can change the trajectory of our community. The bitterness, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but listen, a lot of our male, just like you said, the men, we got to fall on the sword. So a lot of our guys, this is what I hear a lot, like it'll be an excuse of the woman, and we can't, like, whatever, we can't make that as an excuse for us. You get what I mean? In my opinion. I mean, we'll bring it to the relationships. Like, some guys will make it seem like, the problem is with the men and the women in the relationship, and they'll be like, okay, that's why we ain't in position. You get what I mean? But we still gonna fall on the sword no matter what. You get what I mean?
Yeah. So, well, I just think that, like, if you are a thorough dude, you have to, the better that you start to do as a man, and this is just me coming to this realization, you can't deal with as many chicks, right? Like, when you was 21, 25, you can smash everything left and right, right? But then when you start building something, older, it's like, yo, you start noticing patterns and toxic, and it's like, yo, I don't want to deal with this, because I know if I have a child with this person, she's going to infect my child with the NPC mindset, and they're just going to become another cog in the wheel, whether they, somehow. So my thing is, as men, like, I just bring up women because women are supposed to be the first teachers of children, right? They're the nurturers of children, literally. So if you're dating a chick that's a hood rat, salute. If you're dating a chick that's a hood rat and she's drinking Hennessy and smoking on the weekend, but because she got a nice BBL, you know what I'm saying? You hitting it, and then you get pregnant, and then now you got a family with this person, and it's a dysfunctional situation. That's not good for us as a community.
Yeah, it's sad, bro.
Again, I'm not saying. I'm not saying.
I know, but I just know how potent that is in our community. Like, I'm with you, but I know that, man, we're gonna have to do a lot of, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, it's like, It's just holding the mirror up to us, but it's like, damn, we got a lot of work to do.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's because I can complain all day, right, about how people treat me, or people got this to say, people got that to say, but at the end of the day, the only thing that you can control is yourself.
Yeah.
And like Dr. Amos Wilson, he says the revolution starts with self. You know what I'm saying? It's about you, and it's about us as individuals and how we engage with each other in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's you know, and I say this every time I hop on here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I people got to step their game up as individuals. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. That's what I thought about, man. Look, I thought about them clinics. That's what I'm saying. You're right. Because I be thinking about that. You know, when I see my people in situations, I'm like, dang, at some point, I feel like I got to be accountable, because knowing that what you know, when you know history and you know what your people done, it makes you have to do something. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't understand what your ancestors did and then just be sitting at bay. It's like, no, you got to do something. And if you don't do something, it's a reaction to what, you know what I'm saying, you didn't do.
You're reacting to what somebody else is doing, what somebody else is saying about you, instead of just telling your story. Like, it's a lot of people, like, because I'm on YouTube pretty frequently, you know, I work from home or whatever. Yeah. But I'll go on YouTube, and every time I log on YouTube, it's Black Americans or people who claim to be Black Americans who are reposting things from other people, from groups of other people, what they got to say negative about us. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, bro, I wouldn't even know this had you not reposted it. I wouldn't even know anything that the dude from Gilbert, Scott Adams or whatever. Like, I'm not in no circle, so I wouldn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Black Americans are hate. I wouldn't know that if so many of these people weren't talking about it. And I'm not saying don't cover it, you know, whatever. People do what they do, but it's like people are giving too much. It's like people are monetizing
to them people. Yeah. Like, look, bro, I played in my live. I don't think you caught it, but I played in my live. I showed them. It's a site where you can get you can spread Black degeneracy, and they got it all set up for you. If you want Black crime, you want to talk about Black men and women, you want to talk about, like, they got it all set up. I did it on my last live. I showed y'all they got a website where it's a database where people can make content like that. And it's sad that that's what they pushing, or that's what, you know, is a good way for you to come out and get a lot of attention on YouTube. But I got a question for you. Do you feel like the rap game, do you feel like rap is infiltrated?
I mean, it's like with entertainment nowadays, you got to do your own diligence. You know what I'm saying? You got to do your own research. You know what I'm saying? You can't just listen to NBA Youngboy or any of these other idiots they put out there and say that's rap. There's a burgeoning hip hop community globally. You know what I'm saying? People from all different places, FBAs, otherwise, that make amazing music. You know what I'm saying? I could list out 5 artists right now that I listen to just from New York, from where I'm from, East Coast, that most of these people never heard of, and they won't give them a chance because it's like, I remember when, now this is just an example from when I was younger, but I remember when Travis Scott had first came out, when he first came out. Remember he came out with what's the song that he had with T.I. and 2 Chainz? Quintana, what is it? No, it wasn't Quintana, it was Upper Echelon. The shit that he came, that song, right? He came out with that song, and that's when he first had blow up. Well, before he was blowing up, but I remember I put that song on for a female, right? Chick up chilling, whatever. Or the first thing this broad asked me is, was he signed? Is he signed? Because if he ain't signed, I don't want to listen to him. And I'm just like, yo, like, like what? Like, so my, you know, I bring that up, like, yo, people gotta, like, don't be a fucking NPC, basically. Like, do your due diligence.
Wow. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, yeah, you do have a bunch of like street urchins and hood rats that make music now, but that's not all that exists. There's other people, there's other like hip hop, rap, whatever you want to call it. It has subgenres. You got trap music, you got underground music, you got this, you got jazz rap, you got this, you got that, you got different eras. It's a whole thing. Just like how rock got metal, and they got this and they got that. It's a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? There's many different, so it's up to you and what you choose to consume. Again, it goes back to the individual and what they choose to partake in.
Right. Check this out. I got another one for you. You remember how when rap started? Now, I just played this video. This was in the 60s, and Dark Heart Perry was saying that back then, they was already trying to infiltrate, right? But when rap first came out, it was political, right? So I got a question for you. It's really two questions. One is, will political rap take off now? And what organization do you feel is not infiltrated right now that's for black people?
All right, as far as political, hip hop started political. Truth be told, hip hop started. The spirit of it was political, but it was more of a youth movement, right? It was more of like a party, hangout type of thing, and this is how we express ourselves. So I guess you could consider that a political movement. But the political rap thing, like where like with like Run DMC and KRS-One and Sadat X and all those types of guys, that really started in the early 80s. You know what I'm saying? As far as political rap taking off now, I don't know. Yo, I'll be honest with you. Like my taste is so like different from most people. Like, you know what I'm saying? My shit is people say I'm weird. So, I don't know, man. I don't because I don't know what's hot. I don't really know what the kids are listening to these days. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tuned into none of that shit.
Right.
But
I only say that because I feel like it's kind of dead right now. And I feel like, do you feel like politically, like going back to, I mean, you can kind of say it was political, but it was kind of like more community. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, like the first like Sugar Hill Gang, I believe that was the first hip hop record, right? The first.
I would consider that political. What he was talking about, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Because he was telling the story about his reality, about his situation. You know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you could say that. You could say that. Would it take off now? Again, I don't know. Because like I'm
not probably that style. I get you. Like, damn, you like
hippity hop hop. Yeah, I don't really see that taking off.
Right, right.
What I do, for instance, like Tupac, right? Like you got to be what I realize is like when you're a man, you got to be multifaceted. You got to be a hood. Like they, you know, like a lot of dudes say, you got to be like Tupac in a business suit, you know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to speak to certain people on the street level, and then also, speak to the
and shit,
to the middle and upper class people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, that's why Malcolm X was able to take off, because he was a street dude who reformed. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to have that conversation. The thing is, I don't know, like, because when I'm around my folks from back in the day that I used to hang out with, I can't do that no more. I don't have the patience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that, man. Honestly, I'm not really sure about, you know, what political rap take off now. I don't, because could you name some artists nowadays who's on that? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, one artist that he seems like, I think he can make the transition to changing the game to more political, but he's more a Christian rapper. What is his name? D1.
Okay.
I feel like if somebody come like him on politics, I think it could do something. In my opinion.
I mean, again, you had Kendrick, right? Like Kendrick to Pimp a Butter. Everything that Kendrick releases has some kind of political or socioeconomic message underneath. You know what I'm saying? So definitely people are like thirsty for it, but it has to be presented and packaged in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? You got to be verified by the verifieds, you know?
Yeah.
But so it's possible. You know, anything is possible. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As far as Christian,
Now, I asked you about them black organizations. Do you feel like we got any black organizations that are free from being infiltrated already?
Not that I've seen.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got the Act Blue Democrat adjacents, the LGBT Tether Shea Butter adjacents. You got, you know what I'm saying, you know, you got the Sinetter dudes, the Hotep I'm African dudes. You got, there's nothing that's not infiltrated. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because I feel like ADOS. Do you feel like ADOS is infiltrated? It's been saying that the woman is connected to some white.
Yeah, Yvette Cartel's a Democratic operative.
Yeah.
Tony Moore, I'm not really too sure about him. Tone Talks. I think he's from LA though. I think he's a dude that's out there in LA. He's in the community from what I've seen. He got a documentary with Freeway Rick, who's another agent. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but
that's what I'm saying. I'm with you. It's like every organization that's for the people, like we got to say this so people can understand, so we don't get, every organization is controlled opposition. We
Well, the
can't
whole
name
world
them,
is
huh?
the whole world is compromised. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole world is again, we live in a prison planet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We live in the system of white supremacy globally, and I confirmed that through my travels because I wanted to see. I've confirmed that through my travels that the entire world is in like for those of my people who watch Naruto, we're trapped in a
right.
genjutsu, right? We're trapped in a genjutsu where it's all illusion. Everything is illusion. Everything is illusion. You know what I'm saying? But you do have some smaller groups like like Nation of Islam, like 5%ers. But the thing is, they don't have no real outreach, um, from what I've seen. You know
Said
what I'm
the
saying? But
NOI
my thing
still
is,
solid. I don't know, man. They may be. I mean, it's not, but it is reports now. Because
I mean,
Malcolm
they
X,
do a lot of good research.
yeah,
Dr.
no,
Wesley,
no, no. They solid dudes. Like, first thing I got to give it to them. Their whole, whatever their amendments is, their commandments, they definitely holding it down. They definitely
yeah,
got structure. I like that, and that's
yeah.
what attracts me about them. But Malcolm X exposed a lot of stuff when he left, and he got gunned down. And it's just that whole situation is like it just have people thinking that something went right, but we can't confirm it. But how you feel about that, Corey, about that
Well,
whole situation with Malcolm X in the NOI?
yeah, I mean, there's speculation that Farrakhan participated in the assassination of our brother, um, Malcolm. Definitely, there's speculation. I'm not sure how true it is, but I know he did do an interview where he was like, "Yeah, we had to get rid of Malcolm. Malcolm had to be," and he did work. He also worked against Dr. Khalid Muhammad as well. So, but it's like when you become an adult, um, you realize like a lot of things are gray, right? Like a lot of things in life are not black and white. You got to take
Mm-hmm.
shit for what it is. Like as a dude, you gonna meet the woman, right? She may not have the biggest booty or the nicest breast, but she get up every morning, she cook and clean, she take care of you, she make you feel like she care about you, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
can have her, you can have the chick with the BB. You got to take, again, pragmatism, right? So like I look at it like, yeah, they may have had something to do with that. They did collaborate with the FBI, but at the same time, there are good things that they've done on an individual basis, right? Like Dr. Wesley Clark, he did a video, or Dr. Wesley Muhammad, whatever his name is, he did a book about the impact of drugs on the body. I don't know. There's the infrastructure that they created was beneficial to black people to a certain extent. I can say that truthfully.
Right. Most definitely. Now, Queena, shout out to her. She said in the NOI solid. Look, I got a family that's in the NOI. But
As do I.
my point is Malcolm X did a video and he was exposing right before he got, he was exposing Elijah Muhammad. So I mean, she put not true about Khalid either. I can tell you for sure. Okay, well, look, this is what Malcolm X said. I'm finna let y'all hear what he said specifically. Well, maybe you heard it, but I don't wanna, I don't wanna shit on the NOI. That ain't my point. You know what I'm saying? It's just you saying that the NOI ain't never been infiltrated. But it is this video. I don't want to just be shitting on the NOI.
Go ahead and
Like,
play the video. I'm waiting for you to play the video.
oh, I'm gonna play it, but I just want to let her know I ain't here just trying to shit on the NOI. I don't, but I'm gonna let you hear this. Malcolm came back and apologized to him. Okay.
All right. Minister Malcolm, when you broke with Elijah Muhammad back in March, you said it was because the black Muslims were too narrowly sectarian and inhibited, and because Elijah Muhammad had become blindly jealous of you and the personal following you had gathered.
That I said the first part, but the last part, I didn't say that Elijah Muhammad himself had become blindly jealous. I mentioned that it was his family and the officials in Chicago. Everything that I said always was designed to protect Mr. Muhammad himself, primarily because the image that he had created was the image that enabled his followers to remain strong in faith and things of that sort. And I didn't want to see any adverse effect or negative result develop in the faith of all of his followers.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, despite the fact that I tried to protect the Muslim movement, if you'll notice, they use their newspaper to slander me and to label me as a hypocrite and as a rebel. And Mr. Muhammad himself said that I defected. Well, in reality, I never even left the Muslim movement. They put me out. And they put me out because of what I knew. And what I knew was told to me by Mr. Muhammad's son, Wallace Muhammad himself. They put me out and they put him out.
Well, now, first of all, let's find out what it is that Wallace Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad's son, told you.
Well, number one, if you notice, the stick that I always used in presenting, representing, and defending the Muslim movement was the fact that it had the ability to reform the morals of the so-called Negro community. It eliminated drug addiction, alcoholism, fornication, adultery, loose sexual behavior, which meant that it eliminated bastard babies, illegitimate children. Well, as long as I knew that this was what it represented and it gave me a strong stick, I could represent it and defend it. But we had a law which was that whenever any Muslim became involved in any kind of sexual relationship with someone to whom they weren't married, that person would be brought before the Muslim community, humiliated, and then isolated for from 1 to 5 years. This was our law. Well, in 1954, a teenage sister left Detroit and became one of Mr. Muhammad's personal secretaries. And there in the Chicago office, she became pregnant after being there for a year. And she was brought before the Muslim community and humiliated and isolated. And a year later, another secretary, this time one from Lansing, Michigan, came to Chicago. She also became pregnant. She was brought before the community and humiliated and isolated. And because the other person was never brought forth during this court session, it was concluded by all of Mr. Muhammad's followers that it was a non-Muslim who was the other party. Well, we grew so rapidly until that in 1957 or 58, the secretarial staff was expanded to, I think, 8 teenage sisters. In 1959, 6 of them disappeared. 2 of them reappeared in Philadelphia about 2 or 3 months later, and they were all right. The other 4 reappeared in 1960. All 4 of them had babies. All 4 of them had become involved with someone and become pregnant and had these children. So it was, from what I now know, when the 4 of them got back to Chicago and began to compare notes, they found that the same man had told all of them the same story and had made all of them pregnant, that the same man was the father of all 4 of their children and had also been the father of the children brought forth by the 2 secretaries who preceded them. Mm-hmm. So this story was kept among these sisters until 1962. 2 of them rebelled against the person who was responsible and began to tell the story all over the city of Chicago. It caused many of the Muslims in the Chicago mosque to leave and go back out in the street. They knew it, and I knew nothing about it until 1963, when Mr. Muhammad's son, who had been in prison, came out, and he had been a minister, and he was very religious and spiritual. And when he began to hear these rumors around Chicago, he went to one of the sisters, and the sister admitted to him that the rumor was true. And it was he who first told me about it. And when he told me about it, I wrote to Mr. Muhammad and told him about it, and he admitted that he had a knowledge of it, and that he'd given me a religious explanation that would fit into prophecy and all of that. So I was quiet. And it wasn't until October of 1963 that it came up again. And when it came up again, I realized that the same person who had made these other sisters pregnant was still busy doing the same thing. He hadn't stopped. 2 of the sisters had 2 children by the same man. And one of those 2 sisters was pregnant still, getting ready to have a 3rd child by the same man. So when it was known among the Chicago officials that I had a knowledge of this, they became very fearful of me. They became very antagonistic toward me, and they had to do something to diminish the authority that I had, for fear that if this became public knowledge, the followers would leave the Muslim movement and follow me. And it was at that time that they used the statement that I made against President Kennedy as a pretext to cut my authority, and some other things happened that finally produced the split or forced the split. And when I made the split, the only reason that I didn't make this public knowledge was I knew the implications, and I felt that if the Muslims who were in the Nation of Islam knew it, that which enabled them to be so strongly religious and exercise moral discipline would be shattered, and it would cause all of them to go right back and start doing the things that they had been doing previously.
Who is the father of all of these various children whom you have enumerated?
The first one to tell me who the father was Wallace Muhammad, and he told me that the father was Elijah Muhammad himself. One of the sisters, he went to the home of one of the sisters, and when he walked in the door, she says, "I want to let you see something." And she showed him her child. She said, "Here's your brother, and your father is the one, your father is the father of this child." And then I questioned the sisters myself because I was shook up. And they admitted to me that Elijah Muhammad was the father of their children. And I took it to him. And it was at that time he told me that he was Muhammad, the prophet, and that Muhammad had 9 wives. He also told me that he was David. He was the modern David, and that he was the modern Solomon, and that it was meant for him to fulfill today all of the things that they did back there.
And how many of these illegitimate children did he father with the sisters?
Well, he made 6 sisters pregnant. They all had children. 2 of those 6 had 2 children.
Children?
One of those 2 is having a child right now.
Can I interrupt you?
There is a 7th sister who is supposed to be in Mexico right now, and she's supposed to be having a child by him. For one thing, when you first separate from your wife, it's a physical separation, but it's not psychological. You still have feelings for her, and you protect her. But after the physical separation has taken place for a while, it becomes a psychological separation. It was the same way with me in the Muslim movement. When I first separated, it was a physical separation, but my feeling was still there. And it was only after my trip into the Muslim world and my pilgrimage to Mecca that I really was able to exercise the objective approach to it that enabled me to see that something had to be done to bring this to light. Otherwise, a whole lot of innocent people would be killed needlessly.
Well, these revelations that you are now making about Elijah Muhammad, what effect should they have on his following?
Well, I very much doubt that any of his followers who really are aware of what he has done would continue to follow him. He may try and justify it by saying that he's a Muslim, and that a Muslim has a right to these wives. If this were the case, these sisters should not have been humiliated. These sisters have been looked upon for the past 5 years, or 6 years, or 7 years as being guilty of having committed fornication. They have been debased. They have been degraded. I have heard him himself refer to them as having disgraced him. So if they were his wives, he should have given them a position of respect so that all of his followers would respect them and that they would have the protection of his followers today.
Well, do you feel that you then perhaps now should take over the leadership of the black Muslims?
No, I have no desire to take over the leadership of the black Muslims, and I have never had that desire. But I do have this desire. I have a desire to see the Afro-American in this country get the human rights that are his due. I believe that the Islam religion is the best religion for our people because it creates unity and it gives one dignity and racial confidence and all of these things that are necessary to make a complete human being.
Are you not perhaps afraid of what might happen to you as a result of making these revelations?
Oh, yes. I probably am a dead man already.
What do you mean?
Well, when you understand the makeup of the Muslim movement and the psychology of the Muslim movement, as long as if I myself, by having confidence in the leader of the Muslim movement, if someone came to me and I had no knowledge whatsoever of what had taken place and they told me what I'm saying, I would kill them myself. The only thing that would prevent me from killing someone who made a statement like this, they would have to be able to let me know that it's true. Now, if anyone had come to me other than Mr. Muhammad's son, I never would have believed it, even enough to look into it. But I had been around him so closely, I had seen indications of the reality of it, but my religious sincerity made me block it out of my mind.
Have you received threats on your life?
Oh, yes. I first received threats on my life in December. In December. No, not in December, in January. When it first became known that I had come back to New York and told the captain of the fruit in New York, who was my right-hand man formerly, and also the secretary of the New York Mosque and the minister in Boston, when it became known that I had told them Then an effort was made to shut me up. One brother encouraged to go out to my house and shut me up. And fortunately, it was a brother who was well capable of doing so, but it was a brother who was highly intelligent. He was academically equipped to think for himself. And what he was told to do didn't add up. And fortunately, he was the one who put out a feeler to me to find out what was wrong. And I opened his eyes. And then he opened the eyes of the same crew whose job it is to do this kind of work.
You mean he was going to kill you?
Oh, yes. One of them was, an attempt was made to get one of them to wire my car with an explosive. That one is with me right now. Well, fortunately, while I was among the Muslims, I never lived.
So he said that it was them. He felt like it was them people that were trying to get him on. I mean, trying to take him out. So where you at, Queen?
Beyond my means, and I have learned how to live within means. And I still have the clothes that that was provided for me at that time. I'm in the house that was provided for me, although we're in a court battle, they're trying to get it back. And I have made this statement to them concerning the house that they could have it. If they would take me back, that they would permit me to come before the Muslim movement, the rank and file, and explain or defend myself against all of the charges that they've made against me, they could have the house. But they are going contrary to their own laws by standing up in the mosque and indicting me, but never giving me a chance to defend myself. And they say that no one can judge me but Mr. Muhammad. In this case, Mr. Muhammad can't sit as judge because he's involved in the case.
Elijah Muhammad says of the Muslims, we carry no arms, and we do not seek to win victory with arms. We do nothing to others that we would not have done unto us.
The two brothers were sent after me with revolvers by Joseph, the captain of the Fruit in New York. They were armed. When a Muslim is attacked, and you'll find this to be the pattern, when the Muslims were attacked in Monroe, Louisiana, Elijah Muhammad gave no signal to anybody across the nation to come to the defense of their brothers. When our brothers were attacked in Los Angeles, again, Elijah Muhammad gave no signal to anybody to come to the defense of those brothers. Never have the Muslims anywhere in the country gotten any kind of instruction from the national office or headquarters on how to defend themselves when they are attacked by outsiders. The only times the Muslims have ever been given any instructions to commit violence is when that violence is directed against a fellow Muslim. His followers are violent against Negroes.
Against Negroes?
Yes, his followers will go out and attack another Negro, like they will attack me, or they will brutalize a fellow Muslim who breaks the law. But you don't find those same followers going out and becoming involved in the Negro struggle in any way whatsoever. Now, the violence that he accuses me of is my tendency to want to participate in the struggle of the Negro at all levels. This is what he calls violence.
One question before we go further with that. Has Wallace Muhammad left the black Muslims?
Wallace Muhammad was put out of the Muslim movement right along with me.
As far as you're concerned, you will accept the fealty, if you will, of any Negro anywhere under any conditions?
You have to define fealty.
You want them to give you their loyalty?
Not me, their loyalty. I'm not seeking for the loyalty of any Negro, but I am seeking that Negroes to learn how to be loyal to themselves. And when the Negro learns how to be loyal to himself, our problem is pretty well solved.
Do you feel that your message, apparent message of love that you brought back from Islam is the real reason they're after you, because you're not hating as hard as they want you to?
Well, I never did hate anybody hard. But I do know that when I wrote that letter saying that there were white people in Mecca, it shook up a lot of Muslims, because most of the Muslims who follow Mr. Muhammad absolutely believed that it was impossible, physically impossible, I should say divinely impossible, for a white person to go to Mecca. And my trip there shattered that image, or that misconcept.
Anyone call you directly, Malcolm?
I've been receiving calls ever since I left the black Muslim movement.
And what sort of calls, Malcolm? You're disenchanted in view of the fact that these men who were your brothers are making threats against your life?
No, because actually it's not their fault. Most of them, now Joseph and the officials, they have...
Wait, so y'all telling me that was Malcolm's side piece? He just got mad because it was his side piece that Elijah was hitting? No, man, y'all can't say it ain't so. Elijah actually told the FOI not to touch Malcolm. He loved him like a son. They wanted to get at him for publicly disrespect. This publicly disrespect. And if you say you know what I'm saying, you messing with little kids, I can see why they had to handle the man bending. Where he said yes. White supremacy tells kings that they are only supposed to have one wife. Yup. They do. America don't want that. America don't want a black man with too many wives because they feel like you can't divide and conquer. That's why they cheat. They get confused. Bro, man, we don't cheat. Don't say that, man. You saying they cheat because they get confused. Well, that ain't cheating then. Corey, what you think about that, man?
I mean, when I was younger, I used to rock with Malcolm on that. But my thing is, why are you going to white media outlets to complain about? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it, but I feel like it's a lot of gossiping and speculation. I feel like it's a lot of gossiping and like speculation that's going on now with Elijah Muhammad with them girls. As far as somebody coming out and saying God told me to have 9, like that type of shit, I can't get behind that, and I can't get behind the hypocrisy either. And I guess at the time Malcolm felt he didn't have another option, but that's not the way to handle things, right? Like, but yeah, he did deal with a lot of hate. It was a lot of dudes that was hating on him in the nation.
Yeah,
so he was the number one minister. I'm saying he was the spokesperson. He was, essentially a step under Elijah Muhammad as far as the public figured. So yeah, I feel like disagreements got to be handled internally. I'm saying maybe at that point because there was attempts on his life. When he was in Egypt, they tried to, if you read the autobiography, he talks about how in Egypt they tried to poison him. And several other attempts on his life. Now, I don't know if that was the nation or if it was the FBI, but the people one of the dudes, I'm going to tell you this, one of the dudes that was alleged to have participated in the murder of Malcolm X worked for my great-grandfather in South Jamaica, Queens on Linden Boulevard. And anybody from Jamaica, Queens can verify this story. It was New York Original Steak and Take. Munir Muhammad, my great-grandfather, was a member of the Fruit of Islam. And he was a bodyguard for Malcolm X. And he told me that a lot of this stuff was true, but at the end of the day, it was Elijah Muhammad that raised the organization. It was Elijah Muhammad that gave Malcolm a platform. It was Elijah Muhammad that built that organization to what it was. Now, obviously, Malcolm came in and did a lot as well. He undergirded them. But respectfully, you know what I'm saying, I just felt like, they could have handled that differently.
Yeah. They put 17 as a minor.
Your homegirl Kimmy, she really on my body. Like I don't know if she's choosing. I don't know if the voice is seductive to her. She's really on my body. Like, yo, get off my beef. Like, what are you talking about? But yeah. And then a lot of people will bring up
Elijah. Okay.
Not Elijah. What's the guy's name that came and taught Elijah? The dude they claim he's from the Middle East somewhere or Turkey. I don't know. They said he's a mulatto, a light-skinned brother. The guy, I can't remember his name. Was it Farid or?
I know who you're talking about too, bro. God, I can't put his name right now. Yeah, I can't think of it right now. But
W.D. Muhammad, Wallace Fard, Master Wallace. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because there's actually have the book when you read Elijah Muhammad.
That's him. Yeah.
So if you read, there's a book called The Messenger, The Rise and Fall of Elijah Muhammad. I recommend everybody read that book because it goes more in depth. It's an autobiography of Elijah Muhammad and to a certain extent the Nation of Islam. But yeah, a lot of people speculate that this dude was a mulatto or somebody from Turkey. So I don't know. Again, that's why I don't like to get into conversations about speculative conversations.
Yeah.
I don't like to get into speculative conversation.
That's why I told her. Like, I didn't know for sure, but she was co-signing it. But this is the only thing I had from what Malcolm said. You get what I'm saying?
That's not, but really, this video is not proof that the nation was infiltrated. It's proof that Elijah Muhammad was a man and he was a human and he was fallible.
Yeah,
and he was messy.
right.
That's all that proves.
She said that. No, but she said that. She was like, yeah, they did. They was infiltrating the Nation of Islam. But I mean, it's not proof that it was, but people were saying that they were.
I mean, yeah, they were definitely infiltrated. But my thing is like everything is infiltrated.
Everything is infiltrated, right? Who wouldn't want to infiltrate it to try to get control over the top?
But at the end of the day, like when it, like, you know, my great grandfather, my great uncle, these people became millionaires because of their association with the Nation of Islam. You know, because of the things that was taught to them and the collectivism. And so there's benefits on a street level to the Nation of Islam. There's really no other organization besides the Nation of Islam that you could point out that's been so impactful, frankly.
Right. Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that. I mean, they did some good things now. I ain't gonna say like they definitely put
mount sales objection.
I got family that's, you know, standing tall with that. You know why? But this was extra lovely, man. She's saying we ain't talking about the kids
with this book. I just got my black book of questions in the mail.
I want you to think I'm
but we do continue to follow more unrest from last night. We were just telling you about it before the break. Man, according to DHS, Department of Homeland Security, was shot in the leg by immigration enforcement. DHS saying that Venezuelan man here illegally fled a targeted traffic stop, crashed his vehicle, and then barricaded himself inside a home, along with two others who DHS says attacked the agent with a shovel and broomstick, or shovel/broomstick. We've seen it both ways, and that the agent fired a defensive shot at the man they were targeting and shot him in the leg. He was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Minneapolis police say that the two accused of assaulting the federal agent are in custody. DHS just updated us and let us know that all three now are in custody, the man they were targeting, and then the other two who were apprehended last night as well. So minutes after the shooting, though, we just kind of showed you how those protesters were starting to gather at the scene. Minneapolis police actually...
Wait, so you saying James Hall was the security, bro? James Smalls was in the NOI? I didn't know that.
Nah. Nah.
Oh. Oh, he talking about something else. Okay.
Yeah, he talking about something totally unrelated.
Got you. I'm through. My bad.
Characterizing this as violent. They say that people were throwing things, fireworks, rocks, ice chunks at the agents. So there was tear gas there. You saw crowds disperse. You may have also seen or heard from a Minneapolis family who was there in their vehicle during some of this chaos. A couple and their 6 children, ages 11 years old all the way down to 6 months. They were there and they wanted to share some of what happened to them last night. We spoke with them a little bit this morning.
Okay, hold on. I just had to address Extra Lovely. She didn't want to have me come to this to look Extra Lovely, but I wanted to get you strong and go harder than most women. You put Arabs believe that multiple wives makes it easier to be successful. Some take care of the home, and the ones that want to go to work, then all the pressure is not only on one. That's why we are...
She's Arabic? What is she talking about?
She's talking about the Arabs.
But she said that's why we are. So I'm trying to figure out, what does she mean?
That's why we are strong and go harder than most.
What is that? What is she talking about?
White men fear not being chosen by wives. If I can't have you, no one can. Theory. I don't know. I think she was just with the Elijah Muhammad. He wanted to have 9 wives. So I guess, justifying that.
Nobody in this situation is Arabic. What is she talking? I just...
Right.
And then again, like, this is why I say people got to travel and go places, because in a lot of these places, they are married to one woman. Like,
right.
I
so
don't
you
know
saying that Elijah Muhammad broke code. That's what you're saying.
Listen, the dude was horny, bro. He seen some meat. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to pack it up. You know what I'm saying? He's a man. That's how we are as people, as humans, men, women. You might be married to a chick, but that's just natural. That's just part of human urges. Like, but about this whole thing about Arabs and, come on, bro.
Come on. Treat their women like slaves, right? Yeah. I mean, that's dang. That's getting touchy.
Okay. So I'm whitewashed because what? Because I've traveled and I've seen the world. What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? You know,
It's good. It's good to see a woman standing on multiple wide business though. I gotta like that's that's interesting.
you got a lot of broke people in your audience.
Yeah, I don't know how much money they are, but let me see. You put you rather cheat. Dang, we don't cheat. We don't cheat.
Because my thing is this: if you're gonna get married to a woman, you have to be able to take care of the woman.
Right.
I'm
So if you
saying,
get married to four, you saying you got to be able to take care of four.
Yeah.
Right. Peace and blessing. Buffalo, New York in the building. Man, listen, y'all. Look, I don't want y'all to be doing that. We ain't going there. No, sir. It's documented. It's common practice in Islam. Okay, Ray feel like it's common to have 3, 4, 5 wives. Okay. Not you, Water God. Hey, I mean, I want to keep it all cool, y'all. We just trying to have a dialogue. Let me hear what we're gonna talk about. The kids, the black kids, man. Should we be out there protesting with ICE?
Last night and then this morning on the phone, the father spoke with us on scene after emergency responders were able to take his children to the hospital. So we wanted to play you first a little bit of last night's scene before we bring them in for a conversation.
Officers threw flashbangs and tear gas in my car and made I got 6 kids in the car. But my 6 months old can't even breathe. My 2-year-old flipped out the damn car. This was flipped over. My car filled with tear gas. I'm trying to pull my kid out the car.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
My bad, y'all.
Sean Jackson and Destiny Jackson join us now. He was the gentleman we spoke with last night, and Destiny was there in the vehicle as well. Thank you guys for joining us today to talk through what happened last night. We appreciate it. Destiny, when we talked to you this morning, you were saying that your family lives just a few minutes away from where this happened in the Hawthorne neighborhood. Can we first kind of step back and tell us about what was happening? How did you end up in that neighborhood?
Well, I live in the neighborhood. I had just left South Minneapolis from attending my oldest child's basketball game at Anderson Middle School. And on the way home, we stopped at our neighborhood grocery store to get dinner, actually. And we continued our path home, which happens to be like the way through the protest. We weren't aware that a protest was happening. And once we got that way, we did see lights and stuff, and we continued our path to go home because it wasn't blocked off or anything. And in the mix of passing it, my husband stopped, and asked what was going on and stuff like that. And there was people there, like, just explaining to him what happened.
And Sean, tell me a little bit about how your family's doing today. We understand that, I don't know how many of the children went to the hospital last night. Tell us about that.
3 of the children went to the hospital just from, of course, my infant baby, because he did stop breathing and I had to give him mouth-to-mouth and CPR to bring him back. And then my 11-year-old and my 7-year-old who has asthma, so they had to be treated. And there was me and the father who had to be treated also.
Tell me a little bit about, because people I think want to know, obviously you were on your way home, you said, from this game. What made you want to get out and stop and kind of, not just keep going? What were you guys what was the conversation had in the vehicle?
Well, after we had stopped and he had asked what was going on, we in the mix of all of that, I seen my mother. Now, I wanted to get her out of there before anything did happen, because as we were going through, it was not violent. Like, we were able to pass through. And I seen her. She recently got a congestive heart failure diagnosis yesterday morning. So I just wanted her, just not to be there, because I didn't know if it was going to be violent or not.
Man, y'all on that wife talk, huh? We on the wives talk. I read that King Solomon had 6,000 wives. I'm hearing a lot of y'all saying FBA, one wife, one husband, one wife. I see Extra Lovely in there, like y'all should listen, y'all. Let's calm down the chat, but check this out. The chat was saying that y'all on the the multiple wives. I like to see moving like the FBI after the 94 crime bill. You put if you FBA comply, huh? When you saying you black instead of American, they always use black to try to trigger our people's emotions. Yeah, I can agree with that. Shout out to Racehead. We ain't listen, y'all. We ain't doing that on the FBA chat, especially on my live, man. I'm supposed to be the live to bring everything together. No, I'm messing with y'all. We already got the ops. Rio, I know Rio. We got our haters. Look, y'all, we got some real regular haters that come in and we just watch and be quiet. I know Rio probably still in the building.
A couple, like maybe like 20 to 30 minutes to get her up out of there, because how she felt so deeply about what happened. And so as we were leaving, actually, ICE were coming on.
Y'all, look, man, we all right. Listen, we all on the same team in this chat, y'all. Let's do it. Extra Lovely, like more women than men in this world, is accurate. See who? My mom married a loser. Dang. Y'all, let's keep it. William, what's good, family? B1, man, we got everybody in the business. Now, Extra Lovely had me go over this video. Somebody was saying in the chat, you just got to comply. ICE out here. Some of us may be collateral damage, but we got to get these people up out of here. Do you feel that we want to not have ICE out here? Or, cause tell you the truth, I'm for deportation, bro. I mean, I'm American, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the only thing to do is I don't want illegal people here. If you're not here and y'all doing all of this chain migration and rising the prices, bro, I can't. I'm with Dr. Claude Anderson on that. I'm not with an influx of immigration coming into the country, especially coming into politics. So I'm for that. I would love to have a true to the bone father, God Almighty, fearing man for a husband who get it together. We ride to heaven, Father God willing. Salute to you, Sonya. Yeah. Sonya says she want a FBA. She want a God fearing man. Yeah, man. We gotta get you. Yeah, we gotta be with. We gotta match up. God said in the Holy Quran, up to 4 wives, but one of them is best. Let me play this.
Away in vehicles, and a couple of them proceeded to start screaming in my window, and they were saying, get out of here, get the F out of here. And we were telling them, like, if you guys will move away from my car, we can get up out of here, which is what we're trying to do. Like, you guys are in the way. We know what happened when Renee tried to move, get out the way. you guys said that he hit you when she didn't. So he didn't want to move the car. He wanted to wait for them to move. And as they proceeded to move past the car, once they got to the back of the car, they rolled a tear gas bomb under the car.
How quickly can you characterize?
Yeah, I mean, I'm you know, whatever officer did that, they deserve to get a, you know, definitely get a penalty or something. But I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop the ICE. I don't want to stop ICE from taking people, deporting. But yeah, we don't need what happened to that to them black kids is definitely, that officer needs to be fired. Yeah. Yeah, but I think Extra Lovely was trying to, like, she was talking about the, you know, the money part of it, but I mean, having a mate is definitely important for us, man, for our future. They marketing to make us be fighting each other, so it's very important. You can't get one paid to play. I don't think I could maintain being mentally stable dealing with 3 other women. Yeah, it's deep. It's deep, man. It's definitely. Ray put, if you can't get one woman, you won't be able to handle 2. We are watching an engineered riot. I get you. That may be. They may have did that. I get what you're saying. They got their story together. That's why their wife is doing all the talking. It was different when the husband told it after it first happened. Maybe a play. Jesus had 4 wives. The Catholic Church took that out of their carved up Bible. Y'all they paid her to be on the broadcast. That's crazy, fam. I was thinking that in my head, like when he was explaining it, I'm like, bro, it would be great marketing to try to get black people involved, is to have where they got attacked by ICE. So black people can feel like ICE is coming after you too, to get us out there. It seems like everybody want to get us out there to be combative with ICE. That's what I thought. As I'm listening to the husband, I'm like, hold on, man. Something just don't feel right. I feel like this could be a play, you know. I'm glad somebody else said it, because I was like, you know what? I don't want to be too, you know, I want to give my people a chance to say what happened to them. I ain't want to just throw that out there, but I was about to stop it and say that. While going to the groceries, while going to get groceries, I called Cap. We're looking at tier 3 operations being paid to infiltrate and start. That's what I'm saying, y'all. The way they're going, I showed y'all what the dude was saying, Dark Heart Perry. The way they are going about infiltrating this stuff is like, we can't even fathom to think about. We just watching the content. We can't fathom to think about how important it is them to push agendas and stuff. And I be feeling like they gotta push the agenda. Right. I don't know they my people. We usually the crash outs for all groups. That's right, Queen. We definitely. But these guys, you saying they might be each other. Well, bro, y'all look like some thoroughbred FBAs to me. I don't know why they would come at y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like that. This is why we're just now seeing the Panthers. That makes sense. We seeing the Panthers and they ain't talking about none of the black people that got messed up. Man, get out of here. She covered her forehead. Yeah, we wasn't able to see the forehead, man, but I don't know. We got to double check this. Got on shade. Right, man. It may be something up to that. They paid, bro. I mean, we got to think. They're even paying people probably like this to do interviews to fit their narrative. Is acting. You know, you probably can get some people. Think about it. You can contact somebody who's trying to be an actor. You can say, hey, man, I got some money for you. You do this for me. Blah, 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 blah. You get paid. They breaking you a $7,000 to $10,000 check. We got more work for you. You know, I believe people will do that. Right. The TV is there. The camera is there. They did an interview at the house is there. It's like, come on, man. Paid propaganda agents. You're right. Damn, that's crazy. You brought up a great point, Mickey. Great point. Most likely some islanders. They ain't paid propaganda. Yeah. I'm with y'all, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all. Payroll, exactly. She's too calm. Dang, you calling out. See, that's why you gotta. This is what I'm saying. They're trying to make, but you know what? This is how I kind of feel that is cap because it had to do with a baby too. Not only was it them, but it was a black baby. You know you gonna touch it. You know I'm gonna be like, dang, bro, you messing with the kids. I'm curious why I haven't seen any K9s yet. Yeah, they ain't sicking no German shepherds on them and stuff like that. That's how they did us. Salute, man. He put live. What happened to everybody, man? She put white liberals and tethers are getting their theatrics out heavy. I want equality. Deception. That's what I'm saying. The deception is real, man. We got to watch out for it. Is this real? Did this really happen? Oh, we still got Corey still here, man. I'm thinking you had done love, Corey. A classic. I was more upset at the ref when watching my daughter playing basketball. Man, these tethers, they can't stand on their own. They know who has the real power in this world. Salute, Hallway 51. Salute, man. But yeah, they going through a lot of things. going to deep measures of deception. And going through deep levels of deception. But it would be nice if we could prove that fact. You know what I mean? That'd be a nice exposure to be like, yo, the Dems did it again. They know that triggered us. Yeah. I mean, when Extra Lovely said it, I was like, dang, that's deep. But then when I started researching it and I was looking, I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know about the news, bro. They had to involve kids in order to get us interested. Yeah, man, that's how deep they running with it, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Smash that like button for me. And I just don't believe they had no idea there was. That's what I'm saying, man. There's something up with it. It definitely is fishy. That's what I tell you. Definitely a fishy situation.
How quickly this escalated, how long were you there? Did you sense things were starting to turn? Were there opportunities to try to leave before it escalated?
We did sense things were trying to take a turn for the worse. When, in the mix of us being there those 20 minutes, Minneapolis Police Department was dismissed. ICE agents took over everything, and a couple minutes after that, we seen people with like yellow vests or jackets coming up behind ICE agents, and that's when everybody was starting to like disperse. And so we were in the car, trying to get out, watching that happen, but ICE was blocking our exit.
Did you see any Minneapolis police say that turned violent and that there were people who were throwing rocks and ice chunks at the agents, things like that? Did you see anything like that?
I mean, in the midst of all of that happening, there were a lot of like explosive stuff going off. Not sure if it was coming from the ICE agents or if it was coming from protesters. But I did not physically see any protesters. I mean, I didn't see them throw anything at ICE agents.
And tell me, so, there was hospitalization here. Tell me about sort of any injuries or what happened to the children. And you said, when I talked to you earlier, 11 years old is the oldest, and then six months is the youngest, right? And then you've got some twins, 4-year-olds. But so there's children in the car. Tell me about what happened kind of to them.
When we did finally get out the car, of course, my baby was lifeless, so I did do the CPR and mouth to mouth, and there was multiple people in the house who were pouring milk all over my other kid's face and trying to get the tear gas off of them. There were also other people in the house who were on the phone with EMS trying to get them to get there as soon as possible. There was also someone else on the phone giving me directions on what to do. So there was a lot of people from the community were there trying to help us in that situation.
Have you guys been out protesting before, or do you plan to go out in the future?
No, we have never been out protesting before. I mean, of course, we have reason to, because everybody, we need to stand up for our community. But it was our first time, as we weren't really there protesting. But I did answer a few questions while I was out there, so I guess you can say I was, if you want to. But I do. I mean, really, I'm traumatized. I really don't want to.
Now, this is where I feel like it's cap. What was you doing out there? If you wasn't protesting, what was you doing here? What was you doing there? If you're not protesting ICE, right, and you there, and you saying that now, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to stand up for my community because that happened. That just seems suspect, bro. They wanted you to, it don't pass the smell test, family. You said you don't know about that last part. That's what I'm saying, fam. Son, you out of your community. Okay. That's the part that was crazy, man. And I still want to know how she saw her mom out of that mix. This what I'm saying, bro. It's not passing to me. I'm finna listen to this now. It's about to be over, but that last part I'm with you. It don't sound right.
Help us in that situation.
Have you guys been out protesting before, or do you plan to go out in the future?
No, we have never been out protesting before. I mean, of course, we have reason to, because everybody, we need to stand up for our community. But it was our first time, as like we weren't really there.
She said we got reason to. So think about this for a second. The lady asked her a question: have you ever protested before? Right? And then she goes, no, we haven't ever protested before, but you can kind of say we was, because we need to stand up for our community. So you ain't just no innocent bystander. It's like, bro, this really a plant. Now you really saying that you need to start protesting. So we seeing the whole angle right here. Like, she's not into protesting, but now she want us to protest. Now she feel like people need to protest. I won't tell the next person to protest because I'm not. That's what I'm saying. But I don't feel confident that this is, that this was legitimate, bro. What was they ass doing out there? What is y'all doing out there with them kids? This needed to be a lesson learned. FBA, stay your behind home. What are you doing out there? You got you got 6 kids in the car and you at a protest. I don't think that I wouldn't even understand why you would do that. You gonna bring kids, bro. A 6-month-old. You gonna have a 6-month-old. You gonna be out there like that? And why is the interviewer talking to them like they're kindergartens? Ten Toes Farm said, I'm not buying it. It seemed fishy, family. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't trust people they put in front of the camera. You're right. Y'all would have had to do this on y'all own. Like, yo, man, y'all would have put this on YouTube. They bombed it, and I would have had more. But that a news channel was doing it, and they trying to get all us to go out here and protest. And this is what you saying. You saying that I wasn't there to protest, but I should have been, standing up for the community. It sounds like a sale pitch to the people that are not protesting, but to try to make us feel like we need to protest. Ten Toes Farm said, there you have it. She admitted it. And this is just how I be. This is why, like, I don't really like to, because me, I'm going to want to break it down here exactly what you said. I'm going to want to really make it. And this ain't adding no extra. It's gonna work on the weak minded. It ain't that it might work. It's gonna work. Because they're not gonna break it down like this. They're gonna hear it from face value. Like, the only reason I broke this down because I heard something that it just I'm like, 6-year-old baby, you explaining it, you on the news. And I feel like they did this. I feel like this is a play. You know, salute them. I hope they got their money though. They probably, bro. You know, they probably need the $4,000-5,000. Probably got blessed, but it's like, damn, it ain't gonna work anyway. But good detective work. Yo, it's crazy. Yo, you so right. No, look, you right. I'm looking at it. Look like she bruh. Y'all, you can't make this stuff up, bro. It literally is, bro. You cannot make this stuff up, family. This is crazy. Man, they know these people lying, man. And they got multiple interviews from them, right? I'm sorry, y'all. This is a setup, bro. It's crazy, but we on point right now. You can't get nothing off on us. But the selling points, they tried to have selling points. And the selling points is what exposed it. Bad script. Bobo and Bam Bam. Yeah, it's diabolical, man. I'm gonna have to cut this out, man, and we're gonna have to put this out there because people gotta know. I gotta get people's opinion. Like, do you think this is real? Karma never skips an address. Salute, salute, salute. Bad script. Old dude in the green. Look at where the husband is looking. He's reading it too. You know they had to get him the script. Look at where the husband is looking. I'm gonna drop the link, bro. This is crazy though, but I'm telling y'all, it goes down. It goes down, man. I'm gonna have to no, you can't tell. Well, we had a mod in here. We got Mickey in here. We had one mod in the building. Mickey, the only mod we had in the building tonight. William, oh, we had William in here. We gonna have to get y'all up in here. But the camera is facing them, but their gaze is off to the side. You can see her camera, bro. Like, if you zoom in. Ameswell, what's good, family?
What's going on, bro? How y'all feeling tonight?
Man, we another day, bro. I'm loving the kicking it with the family. Kicking it with y'all is always a blessing.
Always, always. I just wanted to mention this real quick. These people are not above getting actors to play these cheap ass roles to try and garner people's feelings. I promise you, you'd be surprised how much they are interested in fooling you. Like we don't give ourselves enough credit for real, of how important we are and where our mind at the rest of the, you know what I mean, will follow. So if we fall for it, then yeah, they got us hook, line, and sinker. But we are their number one interest. They need us to fold because if we fold, everybody else fold.
Facts, man. Facts. But what part of this that you got when you was like, dang, this may be a setup? What was it, that you was hearing where you like, man, this ain't legit?
To be honest, multiple interviews. Y'all got multiple cameras in front of them, speaking at two different, areas. You got main man. First, he was the real vocal, the first interview. Now this one, it looked like he just being in security, just sitting there while she doing all the narrating. You know what I mean? I don't buy it though, man. I don't buy it. They're willing to do more than this. Like they'll yeah. When I say they desperate, bro, They will pay somebody to fake a death, and there's somebody out there that will take that money to perform a fake, you know what I mean, event to fool the rest of us. Desperation is at an all-time high
right now.
on all sides of the joint, you know what I mean, except us, really. We chilling because we know what's up. But
Damn.
everybody else, they desperate and they constantly need our attention. They need our emotions. They need all of that. It's fueling their whole shit. Like I said, them Black Panthers wasn't nowhere real in the whole Obama administration while we was getting slaughtered. But now, conveniently,
Right.
immigration is what get you up out your seat.
That's crazy, ain't it? That's
Immigration.
crazy, man.
We watched them take Ayanna Jones and Tamir Rice. We ain't hear nothing from them. These is kids. We need justice for y'all taking these babies. We ain't hear Black Panther, Pink Panther, none of them. No Panthers was around. Everybody was like, cool, business as usual.
Yeah.
So now that's what we on. Business as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fucking well.
That's crazy that you say that. But the fact that this man will come and want us to rally up for this YT woman, that's disrespectful, bro. A black man got killed too. You didn't even I would have at least been more if you would have been standing on business for him. You probably
And I
would have
didn't even like how they
radar.
mentioned it. They try to run us on game talking about the black man that was killed in California by the Asians. They ain't want to mention that the boy had a AR style weapon, fired it off, and he supposedly pointed it. Like it's a whole lot more details to the story that they will completely skip over just to get your emotions involved.
Just to get your emotions right, because
they will completely subtract very, very important segments of information just to keep you confused.
That's crazy.
As long as we confused, they win.
They win.
Which is why you here. Water God doing good shit, dog. I promise you. I got so much respect for you, bro, and appreciation.
For real, bro.
And all the cats to be calling in, Corey, called Mama Lisa, everybody in the chat now.
Standing
I
on
appreciate all of y'all because y'all all playing a major role. It might not look like it now, but y'all playing a real major role. The future, they're gonna be running back these archives. Oh, damn, that's what Water God was talking about back then. Thanks. Yeah, you're gonna get your credit. All of them. Yeah, man. Just hold the line. That's all I got to say.
Keep holding the line, man. I appreciate you, bro. But I want to ask you a question, bro. Same ones I asked Corey. I wanted to ask you, do you feel like we got a organization that has not been infiltrated?
Absolutely not.
Right. Dang.
Absolutely not.
That's crazy. Yeah,
they can't afford for us to have that.
They can't afford us to have nothing. So you saying Black Panther Party, NAACP, what are some other things that we got?
Ain't none of it for us. All of it's compromised. All of it's compromised. Only ones that ain't compromised is us right here.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
In these rooms having these small conversations.
Right. We don't see no work being done from these guys. So I get what y'all saying why we can't put nothing out because they're looking to infiltrate stuff. So by them not knowing, by them can't infiltrate, it's just gonna stay on the net. You get what I'm saying? Rainbow Coalition.
They don't have a play for it, bro. They was not expecting this
at all.
They did not expect this, bro. We're in a timeline that they had no preparation for.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what's exciting. That's what's exciting about it.
Because we broke out the loop, man. I'm extremely proud of us, dog. For real. I'm proud of us. Like we taking shots and taking heat from everybody, including our own. Some of our own people be attacking us out of ignorance.
Yeah.
But we ain't got time to be arguing, you know what I mean, with those that's ignorant. For real, for real. We just need to keep our shit focused. Keep us and our own units on the right square.
Right.
Because we don't need everybody.
Yeah. We don't need everybody.
I know.
Back to the Black Panther Party, man, up there in Philly. Is homie from Philly? Was he born in Philly per Paul Birdsong, or nobody knows? Did he go to school in Philly?
I've never met anybody with the last name Birdsong.
Me neither, fam. That's
I
what I'm
think
saying. That last name is really weird.
I think that's like some law enforcement code word or some shit. Birdsong. It kind of remind me of a jailbird. They trying to attack jailbirds with the bird song. So he's trying to get everybody lined up, either killed or locked the fuck up, trying to interfere with the ICE operations and all that. That's cold. I don't trust dude at all.
Yeah, that name, I don't feel like that's a real name, especially for somebody representing us with the Black Panthers, bro. That just can't be.
Even if it is, I did see somebody put up a whole collage of him, like old picture back in the day when he was younger. He think he was like blood or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had all type of gang pictures, gang signs, read it out.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you on Instagram. Cause I already got that shit in my files.
got you.
Yeah,
I'm
him before he had the beard and all that.
So he's been in the street. It's just hard for me. It would make me think he was probably the police. I just don't see the guy is very groomed at his communication. Make him sound like a politician. And when you talk like that, you got some type of this is just my opinion. He talks like a politician. You know what I mean?
Oh, that shit is an act to me. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
it's like
I ain't lying. Nothing he's saying.
let me pull this up. I just pulled somebody up what you was talking about. You sent it to me on Instagram, no? Let me see.
No, I'm about to send it to you in a second.
Yeah, I want to
pull
pull
it up
that
right
up,
now.
dude.
Cause he definitely got it's like a whole it's a lot of pictures of it in that screenshot I got.
Meet Paul Birdsong. Yeah, they got him out there. Let me see what you got, bro. They got him out there. Uh-oh, look like we got a letter. Oh, yeah. The Black Panther Party standing down. Let me show y'all this. Salute to them. Hey, when y'all do that, check this out. He's saying they do not stand with that. Oh, shoot. I got you out of that. Ainswell, you there? Let me pull this off, y'all.
No, I'm still here. You hear me?
Got you. Yeah.
I'm looking for that. I'm looking for the screenshot that I got.
So right here, y'all, this is the letter from the real Black Panther. The San Diego Black Panther Party does not endorse, support, or agree with the foolishness, rhetoric, and threats made by the person known as Paul Birdsong in Philadelphia. We call making empty emotional statements of armed force attacks wolf tickets. In no way does promoting armed violence and open-ended threats serve to bring about the correct posture of the Panther. This statement will get people killed and play into the hands of the oppressed forces, granting them the ammunition needed to attack actual Black Panthers that are committed to serious and just action of raising the consciousness and empowering the people to make progressive change. Man, shout out to them, man. Everybody who been really holding it down. Yeah, man, I appreciate that, bro. Get well soon, Pops, for real. Fat Water God, he definitely had that profile made from top to bottom. That he was never acting in them streets. Yeah, he wasn't active in them. I believe you on that, bro. He wasn't active in them streets. Queen of put faith. Yeah, man. Shout out, I'm trying to get my pops well, man. Salute to San Diego. Oh man. Yeah, he looks kind of corny. Definitely he looked corny. But the fact that that's what we got to do, we have to really, we should have been had him called out. But yeah, fam, the new Black Panther Party learned from their past. Yeah, he probably an agent also. Owed them folks a favor. Big facts, big fact. Salute to San Diego though, man. I got you, Ainswell. I got you. Put
Yo,
dude
I
a fit.
can't find that screenshot. It's
Can't
like
find it. That's
I'm
cool.
gonna go get it again tomorrow. I can't send it to you right now, but I definitely. It's weird because I screenshot it. It's like the post was so long. It had so many pictures. I took 2 screenshots to get the whole thing, and now I don't see neither one of them in my gallery. So I'm gonna have to go ahead. I don't know if he tapped in like, "Yo, got one on me." It's like, no. But I'm gonna get my hands on it. I'm gonna show it to you.
Man, I seen it too though. I thought I seen what you were talking about.
It's like a whole collage, bro.
Yeah, it was a little collage. I seen it, man.
We
But I
got
didn't.
the short hair.
Yeah, he had on the like he was wearing the little fitted hats and the
Yeah.
chains.
And I think he was like a little trying to be a rapper or something at some point.
Yeah, look at him.
Yeah, he looked like somebody who would have took a check.
Would have took that check, huh?
He definitely took a check.
Yeah, he was saying how he.
I'm glad everybody else is seeing through him too, though, because I'm seeing mad FBA sisters on TikTok making little posts about him, grinding him up like that. I'm glad, man.
For real, man. Yeah, you got white women calling them out, so it's like this is crazy. Yeah, he said he a failed rapper. That's a Tether hairline. But yeah, man, we're gonna keep these lives going. But I definitely want us to we gotta make sure that we putting that Panther stuff together. That clinic stuff is real, man. I feel like what that brother got up there, Yahweh Awakening, man, how he putting on 5 people and going against the hospital. We gotta duplicate what that brother got going on. But I'm gonna bring him more to bring more awareness to him too, because he doing our thing. He doing his thing. Yeah, we calling out all the fakes, man.
Everybody.
Yeah, we got to. That's the only way we gonna be able to not pretty much our youth, because the youth coming up. Can you imagine if they just get indoctrinated by the plants and the fake systems we got, the Black Lives Matter, and the people in the 60s was able to go through the real Panther. Like we can't have our people going through these fake organizations, bro.
Yeah.
That's just disrespectful. It's just gonna make them be coons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's gonna suppress their entire. It's gonna switch their entire trajectory into the future.
Totally. Took a check and got out of jail free card.
But that's how warfare works. I mean,
that's how it works. Right.
That's how warfare works. It's just too sad. A lot of us don't like. Some of us know we at war. Some of us know we always been at war, but they don't really believe it because they don't see no bullets and bombs. They're not used to the different dimensions of warfare. You know what I mean? So they think if you smiling, oh, he can't have no harm in mind. Just because he's smiling at you, you think he's cool. It's a lot of us that got to learn. Some of us got to learn the hard way too, unfortunately. But you can't say we didn't let you know.
Exactly. No, but just like that dude said on the chat, I was like, yo, Black Wall Street happened. It was like, yo, why don't you could just rebuild it? But it's like, bro, it's an active war going on. Like you think this is a war. You know what I mean? It ain't no game. It's not like somebody just did that and just did some arson and they just wanted to burn it down. No, this was like deliberate.
Yeah, if you was to look up the Black massacres, it ain't just the Black Wall Street. We had Wall Streets all over this country. You know what I
Right.
mean?
It was like 200. They said like
We
200.
had this whole, and we had you. I was watching. I be watching I See the Duke of Tears too, and he be putting me on certain shit. Like
What's
I
the
didn't
name
know
of it?
I See the Duke of Tears. You ever heard of him?
I ain't never heard of them, but I'm gonna check them out. Go ahead.
It's spelled Aseer. I See Duke of Tears. He break down from a Moorish perspective. He from New York, FBA brother from New York, but he knows what's going on. He breaking it down like and showing proof of basically what's going on right now.
Mm.
And he break it down like he go deep into the different bloodlines of all these people. Like it's people out here putting the work in.
Yeah, for real. For real. It's just that we missing coming together financially. I think
Right.
we got the right guys and we got the information, but it's just from the past that happened to us, it's kind of like we're scared. I ain't gonna say scared, but we like understand that it's it's people trying to infiltrate and do that. But it ain't no excuses. I can't give us no excuses. We got to get to it now, though.
We doing exactly what we're supposed to be
We doing
doing.
exactly right. It's
We're
working.
doing
It's
exactly
coming
what we're
along.
supposed to be. You see
Yeah,
that
it's
you can
coming
see
along.
everybody else's reaction as proof. You know what I mean? If you
Mhm.
think you ain't doing enough, read newspaper.
Right.
See who they talking about, what they talking about, why, who they trying to push it on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But yeah, we good. We ain't got to
Good,
come up
right.
and worry about too many. I mean, it's good to have all of that though, think tanks, and it's good to have all of that. But you know what I mean?
Naturally,
We
you
really
saying,
don't got too much.
yeah, you saying ancestrally it's just gonna come just from like what done happened in the past.
Yeah,
History gonna repeat itself. Yeah, yeah,
genetic memory and all that.
yeah. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Queen put Native Americans are $5 Indians and Asians, not us, the indigenous Indians. Yeah, I agree.
That's a fact.
I agree with that. But that's how they was able to steal. It's like they had to put somebody here to make them seem like Native Americans. So we could be like, oh, we not Native Americans. It's like, damn. So it's like, where are we from? They want us to be confused about where we from.
That they whole survival depends on us being confused,
Mm-hmm.
and not because it's something we gonna do to them. It's just because they don't belong here.
Right.
Naturally, they don't belong here. They're not from this place. You know what I mean? I don't know where they from, but can't have this planet.
Mm-hmm.
Time is up.
Salute, man. Extra lovely say moving out of Cali is my future plans. It's pretty here though. Dang, that sound like that sound like a woman. That sound like a stripper though. It's like it's pretty there though. Everything look good.
Right.
But she ain't the only one saying move out of Cali, man. There's a lot of black people that California got a lot. It got a lot of history of black people.
Absolutely.
A rich history, bro. Oakland, oh man, bro. When I think of Oakland, certain like I think of like, dang, that's like the mecca of black power to me. You know what I'm saying? Oakland.
Yeah, shout out to Oakland.
For real. But
shout out to all of us, man.
I know, man. We everywhere. It ain't, but I appreciate us doing our thing right now with this FBA, man. If you're calling is sure, the time will come. All to hear. Amen.
They ain't gonna have no choice eventually.
Yeah, I mean the cheapest place, the best place I think financially to live right now is Georgia. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing is you got them peckerwoods out there, so you got to be. That's got a historic. Like I'm in North Florida, right? That North Florida, South Georgia is some of the most history. I don't think it's like that now, but it got history of a lot of black on white, you know what I'm saying, violence going at each other. So, but unfortunately, though, this is the cheapest land in I ain't gonna say in the United States, but it's where everybody moving to. Pick the right city. Yeah. But I mean, I'm hearing California is very expensive, but what's up with Philly though? And well, how is it? Is Philly expensive out there? I mean, it's the north, so I can imagine.
Hell yeah, Philly expensive. Especially after they did all that gentrification.
Mm-hmm.
Raising all kind of prices up there.
Prices out there. What's up with y'all homie up there? What's the dude just got out of prison, man? What's his name, bro? From Philly. Or he may not be from Philly, but he may be from. He's a content creator, but he was selling those TV. He was selling that where you could watch TV and watch everything on cable TV. I forget the name of that big dude. He just got out of the feds.
The Hellcat dude.
Hellcat, yeah.
I ain't see too much on him since.
Is he from Philly?
I don't know where he's from, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't really know too much about him. I just heard about his name and all that, and how he was getting a couple dollars. Yeah, I don't really know where he's from. I'm gonna have to Google that. I don't never hear none of my homies talking about him.
I mean, I just his story about how he was selling that cable. It was like, dang, and he went, I guess them people ain't like how he was selling actual TV, man. You can get like, you can watch everything. Omni with the Hellcat. There you go. Yeah. But he did something that was amazing where he was selling TV. He was selling that. He was the first one that was doing that. But
he was selling them fire sticks.
Them fire sticks, yeah, that little thing, yeah.
Yeah, I think I do remember hearing him back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it wasn't that long ago. Might have been like 5-6 years ago.
He got rich off of that, though.
I did see that with all the diamonds and shit, different cars. He got the whole white fleet and all that. I'm like, okay, do your thing, dog. Do your thing.
He was doing his thing with that.
I ain't gonna hate on the young fella.
They ain't like that. They didn't like him selling that. It was like jailbreak. Yeah. But he be repping that Philly. I think it could be Philly or somewhere around Philadelphia, like in the outskirts or something.
He could be. I'm just not really familiar with him.
Mm-hmm. Y'all accent though. I went to college with my man's from Philly, man, and dang, I can't remember my man's name, but yeah. That accent, man. Y'all got a unique accent up there.
We got all the time. We definitely we come up with anything around this motherfucker. Like they got words that come out every day. Then I got to find out for my son and shit. My son I'm like, what the fuck that mean?
Yo, you know a word I like what y'all use? Y'all be saying, yo, my young bull. My young bull.
Young boy. I ain't gonna lie. When I grew up, I thought that's how everybody said it.
Wow.
I thought everybody in America would talk like that when I was young. Until I started getting older and stepping outside.
Yeah.
Then everybody like, yeah, where that accent from? I'm like, I got an accent? What do you mean? So I'm talking regular.
For real. Mama Lisa in the building. Mama Lisa said drop the link. Mama Lisa.
Shout out to Mama Lisa, man.
Lisa.
I smile every time I see her name pop up in the chat.
Man, Mama Lisa bring that soul to the channel, man. It's needed, man, for that old wisdom.
Facts,
man. It's like that make everything good when we got a little bit, we got our elders. That's what I like about, this group. It's like we got our elders, we got our young bulls. We just got a good mixture of just FBA women, man. I got you on, Mama Lisa. I mean, go ahead and Mama Lisa.
Do y'all see me?
We see you, Mama Lisa.
Oh hell, I meant to turn off my camera.
Oh no, we don't see you. We don't see you, but we see that M, and we hear you. We
Okay,
know it's you.
because I didn't turn on my camera good enough. I ain't trying to let y'all see how pretty I am. Water. You know your mama ain't got good sense. Water.
Hey, Mama Lisa.
I dropped by to tell you, son. Got a lot going right now, and I just know that you just got in and seeing you alive, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I got a lot going right now, but I you know I got your back. You know that, right?
Always, Mama Lisa. Yes.
I don't want you to think that I just don't show up, just not to show up.
No. Mama Lisa, we appreciate. We be looking forward to listening to you, Mama Lisa. Just
Listen, y'all know I love you. I do. I do. Okay, and call me tomorrow. All right, baby.
Okay, I'm gonna call you, Mama Lisa.
Okay, FBA family, your mama love you.
Yeah.
Okay, but all right then. I'm gonna try to listen, but I'm gonna get on out of here.
Okay. Yeah, we ain't we're gonna hold it down for a little bit longer, man. We're gonna close it out. What Lee said. I thought everyone said what up though as a greeting growing up. No, that's y'all tribe. That's y'all tribal language, you know.
Some people in Philly say that too. My little brother be saying that.
What up though?
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
And he from Philly.
You know what? In my neighborhood, we say things that like because in Florida, it's separate neighborhoods that they got their own kind of lingo. You know, like in my hometown, we call everybody that's close to us. If you from our neighborhood, we say, "Hey man, what's up, dirty?" Or anybody else will say "jit," or it's certain slangs that other neighborhoods don't use our little slangs, but it is slangs that the whole state of Florida use. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So I understand that, like where I'm but it's cool to hear everybody's like in Phillies and Detroit and love me some Mama Lisa. For real, we love Mama Lisa. Man, we love all y'all. All y'all contribute to the channel for real, man. We gonna keep this going. Shout out to Introvert Rockstar, man. He be tapping in. Always tapping into the channel, man. He the one who really made me go hard, shouting me out. I'm watching his video one day and he was just telling everybody, man, y'all need to go check out Water God TV, man. He be spitting the real. And I was like, dang, I'm just watching his video. And that was like, that made me want to go hard. So FBA is looking out for FBA. But yeah, y'all, we're gonna keep our foot on their neck, man. We got that Paul Bird song petition out. I'm finna highlight some of the original Black Panther Party members as the decision makers to make sure we get him to resign, step down. All Tethers gotta go. But we said that in Milwaukee, along with Detroit, where What Up Doe started. Dang. For real, we love Mama Lisa. You know we love Mama Lisa. Yeah, Mama Lisa, you know we love you. We got to give everybody some love, Mama Lisa. We give you all the love. But yeah, family, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Forget that he need to close that whole chapter. Yeah, he need to close that whole chapter, fam. But that's what we on, man. So if y'all haven't signed it, it's in my it's in the community section of it. So yeah, man, Ainsworth, I'm gonna have to get you. Gonna have to be calling in, but definitely get you to call in. I'm gonna be going live on Tuesday. I might go live tomorrow. We'll see how things going, but I like to keep it designated to the days. But go ahead and close us out, man. What you got to go ahead and land yours, Ainwell? What you got to say and close us out?
First off, I want to talk to the youth, the young FBAs. all over the nation. You're going to know when it's time to go because you're going to see us go first. So until you see us out there, until you see them gray beards out there popping, sit your head, you know what I mean? And you're going to know it. There's going to be some goofy gray beards that's going to be trying to fight for ice and all that. But y'all going to know when it's really time, man. The real good guys, we don't have no problem assessing what is dangerous to us and what ain't. So that's the best point of view I can go for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, man, you saying the real, man. Man, you got to get into our Discord though, Ainswell. We need you in there, bro, because you in Philly, man. I don't know if you got in there or not. You got in our Discord yet?
I downloaded the app. I ain't signed up for it yet because when I went back, I tried to hit the link on one of your shows.
I sent it to your Instagram.
Yeah, send it to me on the gram.
I'm gonna send it to you through Instagram, man. Anybody that we got solid, bro, and you solid standing on the business, I have to make sure we in contact because we got to be doing things outside of just being online with it. But for real. But yeah, man, Ainswell, bro, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate everybody coming in, but I'm gonna be back on live Tuesday. I'm gonna have something constructed, but I do got some video dropping tomorrow. I want y'all to check them out. Calling out some more people. But yeah, y'all, we're gonna keep their foot on their neck, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure we support our FBA businesses because we have to keep our dollars. We got to practice on keeping our dollars with us. So I want to keep pushing that message. I know I sound like a broken clock saying it all the time, but it's important. You know what I mean? We need our businesses to hire our we need our businesses to hire our people. You know? So all right, Ainswell, I'm gonna send you that family, that Discord, man. Make sure you jump into it.
Salute. You already know I got it, bro.
Appreciate it, family.
Wherever we need it, bro. Wherever FBA need us, I'm there.
Right, bro. We need you. Yeah, man. We need you. We need everybody we can get, man. So I appreciate you, bro, standing on the business.
You already know.
Facts, bro. So I got Brooklyn Crook. Y'all keep it on. By the grace of God. Yeah, you're right. He looking over this. The ancestors and the Most High is looking over us right now, y'all. So, you know, we doing everything we need to do. But much love to all of the FBAs. No practice is mandatory. For right. Yeah, it's no practice, bro. It's mandatory. We need it. You know what I'm saying? We need that extra support, these businesses, bro. So just make sure we do that. And we're going to keep talking on making sure the businesses, the black businesses that we need is in the areas that we need to be in. So that's our next step. But man, I love and appreciate y'all. I shouted you out on Don's Be Live. And a few came over and subscribed. They didn't like that Lucas. Man, I appreciate that, bro. Racehead shouted me out, man. For real, bro. I appreciate that, man. I got a lot of people from that Lucas stuff too. So I'm gonna just keep doing my thing, man, and connecting with y'all, the people who connected with me. And I appreciate y'all. So I'm gonna keep doing my thing. But man, I'll catch y'all on the next video, y'all. We're gonna be going live on Tuesday, but y'all check out the content for tomorrow. We definitely coming hard. Yes, he put YT. On point. On point, Ray said, I appreciate you, bro. You've been holding me down for a minute. You've been putting in the work, bro. So that's love. But yeah, good night, family, man. We're gonna be on Tuesday. Y'all tap in with me Tuesday. We're gonna go live and kick it. I know how we do. Always pushing help, wealth, and a better understanding of self. I catch y'all on the next.